Hi, everyone. Welcome to another An Amazing Collectors Circle podcast. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. And we're going to go ahead and go around with introductions. I'm Brandon, and I've been an avid anime manga collector for quite some time. I collect Japanese anime Blu-rays, DVDs, US anime Blu-rays and DVDs, posters. Lately, I've been dabbling in figures, that kind of thing. I'm big into art books as well. I collect a little bit of manga, not a ton, but usually if it's a series I really like, that kind of thing. But, uh, but welcome.
Well, hello, I'm Domino. I've been collecting manga and anime, DVDs, Blu-rays, figures, art books, a lot. and
Everything.
everything that I want anyways. and I enjoy being in these podcasts because these people are pretty cool. I like talking to these guys.
Aw.
Just pretty cool.
They're pretty cool. I mean, some are better than others, like Eileen. I'm just kidding.
Get out.
Biased.
I'll remember that later.
I said you were cool. Better
Uh-huh.
than others. That's what I said.
Uh-huh.
Well, my name is Roger. I actually run an Amazing Collection Company, and thank you for inviting me to this particular podcast. I collect a couple of things, I like anime, manga, art books, laser discs, some CDs, art books, other knickknacks and things. I'm particularly interested in completing my archive, so I can have a nice time zone of from the beginning of the anime to about like 2008 or something like somewhere between there and there. I really am stoked about looking at the history of things. So thank you for inviting me. I'm looking forward to this particular topic.
Everybody, I'm Eileen. I collect swag related to anime and anime DVDs and media. I also collect old publications. I've been on the earlier circle chats, but I've been away for a while, so it's really good to come back and see all you nerds again.
Welcome.
Yay!
Welcome back.
You were missed.
I know.
Good evening.
Your
to
aim
all.
is bound to improve.
Sorry for interrupting there. I'm Donnie. Good evening from my side of the world. I'm located in the Southern Hemisphere in South Africa, and it's good to be joining the podcast again after a while. I mainly collect anime, but I've also started dabbling in collecting of manga, and also any anime magazines still in physical print. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Pleasure. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah. You were missed as well.
Yes.
I guess I'm last. My name is Ed. I collect a little bit of everything, but mostly anime Blu-rays and DVDs. Happy to be part of this amazing group here. Great to talk to all of you guys, and looking forward to the discussion today.
Well, welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining. Today, we're going to be diving into used or new anime. Where do you draw the line as to whether you buy something used or new? And this could also include soundtracks, which we'll dive a little bit later on today, as well as figurines and manga, that sort of thing. So for example, like the condition of it, is the condition of the product that you're purchasing, does it warrant you enough to be able to purchase it or not? So let's go ahead and jump in, anyone. It's kind of an open floor, so let's just go ahead and start the conversation.
It's an interesting topic. Used or new? You know, tell you the truth, recently with North American stuff, is a lot of the interesting art boxes and flashy stuff have like disappeared, just like evaporated into the mists. So if you're, I particularly like collecting things because of its rarity, or if it's a series of part of a series, or it's particularly has a, good combination of package deals, like you have Blu-ray and DVD, you get some swag with it. Recently all that kind of stuff is kind of floated away. So you only get just the normal packaging. So some of the flavor of trying to collect everything is kind of like floated away in my viewpoint. There's, of course, there's Japanese imports where a lot of the interesting packaging still comes around with. Kind of wondering what the industry really want to do. If they really want to get away from physical media, just that they're going to try to accelerate towards just having us enjoy on the website only. That's one kind of a concern of mine. If it's new, I would like to. Depends on the series. Like there's going to be eventually season 4 of Damachi will come out. Of course, I'll buy it. Or season 5 will come out. I'll be buying it. The ReZero for sure. Whenever that comes out, will buy it. If something pre-owned, yeah, if I'm interested in something, of course I'll buy it. I consider my collection to be pretty mature. There's a couple pieces here and there. There's always a like let me see, like what do you call it? Moby Dick volume 5, and a little things here and there. Be honest about it. There's always that limited set of the Legend of Galactic Heroes Blu-ray set, stuff like that. But I'm consider it 99% there. Just a few little things here and there that I need to worry about. If it's pre-owned, packaging, it doesn't have to be 100% volume, sealed. This can be some wear to it. As long as everything's there and it's not looking like something that got kicked down the stairs and dragged on the street and stuff like that. I don't mind. I'm a little bit aware on that. Very good. I feel like I think I'm very good or better. So it comes down to the deal on that. So I don't know if I was droning on, but if you're looking at something kind of rare to what I would consider rare to get, like for instance, I don't know, like that Galaxy Angel Loon, I think Rune, Galaxy Angel Rune, Volume 4. So I could buy that for $100. I say, yeah,
Good luck.
Looks like the
like that.
recording's going well
They're one
so
of
far.
those
Keep
just
your fingers
came available
crossed.
on eBay not too
It's
long ago for $1,000.
yeah.
Even I paused. I said, "Well, $1,000, and I can actually have a piece of history." But then I get $1,000, and I was just going back and forth my brain trying to make myself rationalize, and somebody bought it. So unfortunately, that was one of those things you had to be there in the morning and then make a decision on it really quickly. But that's how I kind of think about it. If it's something, something that's something used that's kind of rare and interesting to look at, and I think of course I'll do it.
Hey, Roger.
Yep.
There's a copy of Volume 5 Hakugai Moby Dick on eBay right now for $330. It's a real steal.
Yeah, I know. You'll never let me go for $250. I had yours. I was looking at it, so $250, man. Come on, man. Hey, don't do that.
One of our regulars came back in.
I know. Congrats, Jenny. You made it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Intro.
I'm
Welcome.
so
Why don't you
tired.
go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh no.
In the words of the Kool-Aid guy, oh yeah.
My name's like Jenny. I like everything, anime, manga, collect all that stuff. And I am here.
Yay.
In spirit.
Well, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Welcome aboard.
Great speech.
I can at least contribute a little and listen a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
And also a collection that is not mature yet.
Yes.
Not mature yet.
Roger says his collection's mature, which is a nice way of saying that
I
he's
got confused.
no
I'm like, what?
collecting.
So I do have this in front of me that I did buy just recently from. I have a group in Oregon. There's Geek Nerd, but there's also Double K Collectibles, and he likes to message me and be like, "Hey, do you want these?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." So I randomly got a random VHS set.
Oh yeah.
Software sculptors. Yeah.
So there you go. It's missing volume 2
Oh,
and the
yeah.
volumes, but I went ahead and grabbed them. So there's that one, and here's
Are they all sub?
Sadly, no. They're in English, but whatever. I got a
Okay.
decent price for them. I have some of these already, so I think I have the sub version, and so these are just
That's cool.
To be fair, between VHS sub and subtitle at this point, I think having the subbed is like kind of ridiculous because you have the DVDs with the subtitles on it.
Right. And plus, I have the. You know what? For back then, Slayers had a decent dub compared to It
Yes,
did.
it was.
It was better dubbed than some of the anime you have now. Everyone in anime now sounds like this. Ah, ah. It's like
Wow.
What?
Wow.
They
Hot
sound that way
take.
in Freerin, do they? Okay.
Wow.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
I saw
I
that.
see it, Brandon.
This
All
was
that.
from my recent anime convention I went to last weekend, Anime NebCon, Nebraska convention. It's the second volume of the Laserdisc for Trigun. I got it for $25, and it's used, but the condition of it is really, really good. So yes, it's really nice. So
To
yeah,
be
just
Congratulations.
yeah.
to be
Thank
fair,
you.
if you're still collecting older stuff, it's kind of hard to avoid getting used at this point.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
and
See the
you'll
older
have to pay.
anime.
You'll kind of have to pay
Hmm.
quite a bit of money for getting a newer product that was released years ago, and it's hard to come by. But I would say, I mean, for me, I am kind of picky when it comes to new and used. If I know that the show's been out for quite a while, I mean, I'll kind of look for one that's new, but if I can't find one new, I find one used. I do some research and check the condition of it is really my thing. Like I actually came across one for this was quite some time ago, but it was Gankutsuro, kind of Monte Cristo. And
Yeah.
I've got the original DVDs, but I never got the box when it first came out. So when I found the
Yeah.
box at a place called Vintage Stock,
Oh yeah.
um, there was damage on the other side of it. So it's like right there, and it's on the top right there,
Yeah, it's kind of
all
hard
the
to
way right
find those.
there.
That when they're
So
black like that, dark like that,
yeah,
eventually they're gonna start showing their wear and damage, even from like sitting on your shelf. So even on your shelf as it sits there, just know that it is becoming damaged.
Oh,
True.
just want to go
Yeah.
ahead and plastic wrap everything. Let's make sure.
It
Geneon
won't
had a
matter. When it's plastic wrapped, what it does is it warps the box itself, and eventually the spot where the DVDs are, all that's gonna bow inward. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
when it's wrapped up like that.
Like tension it like a bridge, and let's put a
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
to
Oh,
wrap it so tightly.
tight.
that's why there's a
Well,
lot of times where I'll go in and I'll like if it's an item that I've pre-ordered or something, I won't open it at all for collector's
yeah.
sake. Like for
yeah.
example, I've got the Alia.
I cut the front open where the DVDs or Blu-rays are, and I leave the plastic wrap kind of on.
I do the same thing with the X-Acto knife. You just cut around the edges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
Opening.
thing. I just cut with my scissors through the front, and then I just pull a little bit, and then watch the show, and then put it back. And then anything I haven't watched yet, I have so many things that have been wrapped for years, so they're probably I don't know how they are. So a lot of games,
Yeah.
especially games, because I just don't have the time.
I finally
To-
quit buying a lot of newer games just because I'm so behind and
Mm-hmm.
like, okay,
Yeah.
do I really need this game? No, but if it's Silent Hill, I'll buy it every time. But
You bought so much Silent Hill stuff. I kept seeing it. Oh, my phone was going off.
I finally
usually
got the
for me,
PS5 version of the game for the American release, because I had bought it on Steam, and then I wanted the controller holder at GameStop, so I was
Oh my
looking at
god.
GameStop website, and I'm like, well, it's $20, I can afford that. I'm gonna have to wait on getting the physical game. Well, I went to check out, and it was like, you want to use your rewards on your Wells Fargo, and I had like a nice number on there. I was like, so I bought the game and the controller.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I was like, thank
I'm
you.
mad. I wanted the Mezzo Refantagio stuff, but I can't have it because it won't ship it to the US, and it won't ship it to Japan, and it won't ship it anywhere, really.
Still need to get Metaphor, yeah.
It ships somewhere. If it's on the website, it's
yeah,
shipping
you
somewhere.
should be
Yeah,
able
I
to
don't know
purchase
why.
it.
It's just this long list of. Well, it's from Famitsu. It's the art from Famitsu, but they're actual acrylic
Yeah,
stands.
I looked it up after I saw you talk about that. And yeah, it does. It says it doesn't ship to a lot of places. You
Yeah.
towards the bottom part.
So I might give it a shot, but I don't think so. I know
don't-
at least the OST does. So
Yeah, Amiyami's
Well-
pretty good. If it says it's not going to ship to there, it's going to
Mhm.
not ship to there.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, I tried with when they did Perfect Blue, the pop-up parade of Mima.
Yeah.
Technically it's not Mima, but you know what I mean.
Technically it's not.
Technically
Why
it's
don't they
not.
do her pink outfit too? They should.
I wish they did. But
Because
anyways,
that's
or the scene where she's got her knife up, I like that.
mhm.
Hmm.
Very nice, Sakano there. Yes. It's
Mhm.
Koyomi's missing out.
The Saikano, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I got at the anime convention, and it's used, but it's an art book, but it was also a CD as well.
Oh.
It's features
Interesting.
it's a featured songs CD. So I don't
Okay,
know what's
so it's
on
not
here. I
drama.
haven't listened to it yet.
Or it could be just a very select number of tracks, I guess. Like
It
a
could be,
couple.
yeah. Yeah,
Could be
it's
Yeah.
too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, but the art is really, really
Like
cool.
on my
It's
island, we got new Macross Plus Ultimate set that's coming out.
Yeah, mine shipped already.
I was gonna say a lot of them ship by
yeah,
now.
mine too. Yeah.
See where that's at.
Is anybody buying the other one?
No, I don't have room for vinyls. So I mean, I love the music to Macross Plus. I love it, but I don't need vinyl. If it said it came with a bunch of CDs, that would have been a different story.
Yeah, I thought about that. I don't have any. I have like maybe one vinyl.
I have like 3, and I think it's like a Linkin Park.
But you
I
collect
think
everything.
I have
Eddie.
Neptunia. Neptunia's the vinyl I have. If I
Let's put it this
remember
way: if
right.
I didn't buy the Silent Hill vinyls, I'm not going to buy a Macross Plus vinyl.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, I
Oh,
could
it
see
depends.
that.
If it
Just
was
a
swag,
question.
it's
Just a
you know.
question for you all. So, like, when it
Yeah,
comes
there
to used
wasn't.
and
I don't think
new,
there was much swag in there aside from those vinyls. That's why it was so expensive.
My item is currently in San Francisco. It should be here Monday.
The problem
When it
with
comes-
vinyls is that every time they put out a vinyl something, even the people who don't like anime will buy it just to have the vinyl.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
I agree with you.
Moon vinyls. I was really tempted when that set came out, and I ended up not buying it.
I mean, it's pretty. The art, the box is nice, but the vinyl, I just was like, that's not something I really care about.
$200. I think that set's almost $300, isn't it? The vinyl.
Yeah.
And besides, we might as well wait. It might tank in price and sit on the site.
Yeah,
forever.
lately it's been kind of a gamble whether something's going to tank.
Mm.
Yeah, for limited stuff like that, it is more of a gamble.
Plus,
these
I'd
days.
rather spend my
Especially
money on.
now.
Plus,
I don't know, that Code
that-
Geass set tanked like nobody's business.
Well, that was
Did
just
it?
overly priced.
yeah, it was
Wait,
way
how much?
overpriced.
Did they lower the price?
Yeah,
Yeah.
At the
They did.
lowest, it was 250.
250.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
They. I did not expect
I
250.
know
at
it is
the
a
lowest.
gamble. I agree with you. So,
Is
I
it still
agree.
there?
Not for 250.
I think so. Let me check though.
I don't
is
think
this
so.
eBay prices or is this store
No,
price?
no, it was on Crunchyroll.
No, it was Crunchyroll. They themselves lowered it.
Yeah,
That's hilarious to me.
Back up
Yeah.
to 400. It looks like.
back up to 400 now. But it
Yeah.
probably was just on sale because they just had that sale.
And 400.
400's
500.
better than it was, but
Yeah.
that's still $50 difference. But
So, question:
Yeah.
when it comes
Right.
to used stuff that anyone
well, I guess
purchases,
100.
what is
It's
the
100.
quality, whether or not you buy it or not? So, if there's some damage,
Mhm.
or if there's too much damage, where do you draw the line as to whether or not you want to buy that used?
For myself, anything I consider to be very good or better, there's some wear around the corners. One thing I kind of frown on if the artwork has been damaged itself, has been scraped like that or peeled or something like that. So if the art box is intact and the art looks really nice, there's some wear around the edges, stuff like that. I don't mind it. It doesn't have to come with the original shipping package. Shipping sticker on it and stuff like that. Other than that, if it's crushed in, I frown at those. It's crushed in like that. I don't like those.
If it's like missing things, like say it's like a copy of the cover, not necessarily the cover that's slipped in, or it's like a Blockbuster cover or something, then I'll
I don't
probably be
get
like,
those either. Yeah. If it didn't come with original packaging, it just came with a shell that has, like like I mentioned, like Blockbuster or something, I wouldn't get it. There's no value if there's no artwork with it. But this is just a poster thing in there that
Known to buy
For me
ugly
as
copies
well,
if it had stuff in it that I wanted, like the swag or whatever. Even if it's a terrible copy, I'll still get it because I can always piece together a perfect copy later with like other semi-damaged ones.
that's a reasonable thing I've done for myself, where we bought a couple different sets and you constructed a good set from it.
Yep, exactly. Combine it to make a better set.
Good point.
Now, when it comes to
cosmetic damage
items,
for me is
and you've
also
received something
acceptable.
new, and you've gotten it damaged. So, like for instance, my Banana Fish storage box that I got, it actually came damaged in the mail, and it was a pre-order bonus. See, look at that! Look at that hole.
Oh no.
For
Yeah,
the manga.
That
it
makes
was
me sad
completely
on the
damaged. It's for
inside.
the Blu-ray disc volumes of the Japanese
Hmm.
anime.
Ah,
So it's damaged. I'm still
I'll be
looking for
asking
another
to get my
one,
money back.
but I
Mhm.
just was
Yeah,
like,
because look,
oh
even the top,
man,
there's
yeah,
a
it's
Yeah,
this
yeah, it's
here,
split open. Like
but it's
what?
completely open right here, and it came
Yeah.
like that too. It was
and that's probably
shipped like
what
that.
happened there. The tear happened, and then it destroyed the back.
Yeah, it just was wild. So
mm.
I'm still looking for another one. So usually, if there's a time where I get something new and it came damaged, I'll generally probably 95 to 100%, I'll try to find another one, especially if there's creases in it too. Like there's a crease in the artwork right here
Hmm.
as well. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, and generally like with the Gankutsuo box I showed you all earlier, I'll try to find another one of those too. Because for me, I think where I draw the line is, I mean, if there's like some wear on it, that's fine. But if it's something like this, where there's, significant damage, then I usually wouldn't
when
wouldn't
you
buy it
replace it, you
used.
can send me the busted one.
For me, the most
So
important part is that actually just the disc actually play fine. So that's my biggest concern. So even if there's cosmetic damage, I can still handle it.
Yeah,
But disc must be in perfect condition and watchable.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, some people it's just the disc. They don't really care about what the outside looks like or which version they're buying. If it's the cheaper the better. Most people just want the show. They just want to
so
watch the show. We're
Oh
talking from a
yeah,
collector standpoint here, but
yeah, and
your
I feel
average
like from a collector
consumer is gonna go for whatever's cheapest.
right,
Probably
and
like
I
the Save Edition. I mean, I know they don't make those now because it's now Crunchyroll and we have to pay a bunch of money, but you know what I mean.
Another thing I wouldn't bother with are anything to do like bootlegs or fan sub things.
Yeah, we got people in the group who do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on particular frown on it.
On
Know,
the bootleg.
there's no value. Just
Yeah.
I mean,
Like I
yeah,
said, I
I
wouldn't
got.
get bootlegs unless you're selling them. That's where it's like, okay. But if you're gonna buy it for yourself and you're just keeping it until you get like an official copy or something like that, then whatever.
I only
I was
the
saying
back
that
in
whenever what was that one Star Wars fan make thing was called. That said, you can get the original Star Wars version because you couldn't get it after after the Blu-ray 25th anniversary set. There are no more original versions of Star Wars out there. So something like that, I can understand. I guess if you could ever going to get, do you remember the love ever?
Yeah, exactly.
The evilness of Harmony Gold.
Oh, speaking of which, that was what I was going to say earlier. Macross Zero is out for pre-order right now, which is the first time ever.
yeah,
There's
I
a
saw
pretty
that.
amazing
Yeah,
situation actually live to actually see this actually happen.
it's
Something
pretty
from
wild.
Macross coming to us.
Mm.
Did anybody order the Macrosplat set? That huge. I see people complaining about the size of it.
Well,
It looks big on there. I don't know why anyone's complaining. It looks big. Why would you order it if you're going to complain about it? The people
They
are
don't know where to put it in the collection because it's going to stand out like a sore thumb.
Well, since Harmony
Welcome to
Gold is
Sentai.
sold out to Sony, I'm imagining we're going to see every release eventually because Sony loves their money.
Because they're like, money, 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 money.
They're going to
Yeah,
be
they
like, oh,
do.
well, we own these licenses now.
Yeah.
Why the heck not? I mean,
I
I
think
don't
there's
blame them
only-
for that.
More
That's-
money, less problems. That's what
That's
If I-
honestly the only circumstance in which I am okay with Sony owning a license. It's like, oh yeah, take that from Harmony Gold, those leeches.
If I recall, I think there's only 5 distributors now outside of Sony in the US that
Sony,
own
Sentai,
licensing
you
rights
got,
for anime.
you know, you have Discotech. So,
Mago, Medium Blasters.
I mean, I think just recently G Kids got bought out by
G-Kids
somebody.
got bought
Did
out,
they
yeah.
really?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Yeah.
by
What about Shout
by
Factory? Is that them
Toei.
too, or is
Toei
that a different
actually
company?
Different.
I think they've been
Okay.
sold now.
Are they all right?
They're okay, yeah.
All right.
What are we talking about?
Well,
The
they
different
come
distributors, I
out
guess.
there with a few
Yeah.
distributors now. You know, you used to have several dozen. You know, there's ones coming out. It's kind of healthy to see an industry that has a bunch of stuff coming out from different organizations, like it happened with manga, for instance. You have a bunch of different releasers. You even have stuff directly coming from Japan, which is a very interesting situation with manga. As much as manga is expanding out, giving us deluxe versions of everything, which is really great to see, you've seen a contracting of anime, where you're going to get a super cheap small set or nothing at all. So it's not
Yeah.
it's not as
Yeah.
healthy for the anime watcher, because when it becomes like when you're buying a corporate pizza, it's not that much there versus a homemade pizza where you have, wow, look at all this cool stuff you get with it. It's kind of like going towards a corporate side where you get very little of it or trimmed down, and they say, well, do you really need a box with it? Is the next step. Only get
Yes, we do.
That's it. Or you can play it like back when I used to sell for Circuit City. There's something called Divots. You get to buy this DVD thing.
Oh, I remember that.
Hours. You rent it, and you had to connect your DVD Divx player to the phone line and have an internet connection and all that. I probably want to get down to. You can have this empty box. It has the code you can play and insert on it, so you can play it back. It's like something like that was something called Ultraviolet, I think it was.
Yeah,
Or you
Ultraviolet.
get a
Yeah.
digital copy, Ultraviolet digital copy, stuff like that.
I think Aeon
So,
Flux did that
I'm
too.
not too fond of that kind of stuff. But that's kind of my feeling. What was going to happen with Sony Quantumation? Is there? They'll say, what? Are we really worthy to have this particular license? I mean, it's going to be a question now. The buying of Harmony Gold by Sony is news to me. I give you that. I thought I was looking around for news. I know I look for news daily. So anything that takes away from Harmony Gold is good for me.
Agreed.
They deserve every single bit of hatred I can throw to them.
Yep,
Yep.
agreed. As a Macross fan, agreed.
Uh,
No, we
they-
still
Okay,
gotta
excuses.
train Roger. We still gotta train Roger to use Macross instead of Robotech, though. Just we gotta get you Macross.
All right,
Macross
got my attention. If there's something Macross out there I can get, I'm always ready to go with that. With the Macross Tube, that Macross Tube Kickstarter, I made sure I got my copy of that.
When does that come out?
Sometime next year.
Okay.
Yeah, sometime next year. That's the Macross Frontier. You better believe I'm all over that like a cheap suit. I can't wait to see that come to America in physical form. Just art books and flyers and announcements and stuff like that. It's just an amazing show. I watched it many times already. I have the Japanese import. I bought one of those just so I can have some sort of legitimacy to it. So, Macross Plus is going to be a reintroduction to the oldie but goodie. You can still get older copies of it either on Blu-ray or on DVD. Maybe even tape if you're into tape stuff. There's a tape dub and sub version of Macross Plus from Manga Video you could get. But Frontier is something that's been not available just to get. Another one
It's
is
so
Delta.
good.
And that's
Delta.
another kind of sore point. I wish I could see Delta. And there's a couple movies for Delta too, so I
Yeah.
need to get.
Once
I'd
it comes
like to get. That domestic. Just maybe I can put my import to rest finally. It's been a staple of mine to see certain stuff only on import.
Well,
Also,
did
you
you
guys can.
did you pitch in on the
Right.
Kickstarter?
on the Macross. Which
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
The
Macross
one
2.
for 2. Yeah.
We were
Sure.
just talking about it
Hopefully,
for next year, I guess.
make sure you get the art box. You'll get all that stuff that comes with it. So I'm really happy with that there's something that's coming our way. Yeah, let's see. I'm hoping that Media OCD will put out more stuff too. That's you'll never know, and maybe they'll somebody ever release re-release the Genesis Survivor Garroth. It's one thing. What?
That would be nice. Or that elemental one or whatever it's called. I want to see that one be released
Oh,
too. Elementalist
Very
or
problem.
the other one you have, that one.
You're talking about I know you're talking about that was
Yeah,
never a
Inferno.
part of the original series from Animego.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind seeing a re-release of Bow.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Really nice to have. The
Good
Genesis
reservation.
Garage, really nice to have that. Pretty much. So hopefully a Woodhead would actually get it released.
I mean, what?
I did not know
Hopefully,
that Woodhead actually was helped to put out Wizardry on the original video game, original video game back in the Dark Ages with Sir Tech.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know what else I wish? We have all the other Cutie Honey series. Why do we not have Flash? Why do we not have Flash? Give us Flash.
Licensing. It's all
It's
licensing,
Yeah.
Domino.
Give it to me, damn
Yeah,
it.
it
because
is. It's licensing.
It was the
I'll tell you what.
Cutie
If there was
Honey.
any company that would do it, it would be Discotech. Yeah, Discotech has been Salvation City. Reminds me of the good old days with AD Vision, where they just bought stuff out just for the hell of it. I mean, they said, let's see if this thing works. Dragon Half, let's try it out. Let's see what happens.
You guys
Here's a
can also
question
stop
for you
looking
all.
for used copies of Blood Plus and get the UK set that's coming out, right?
What was that, Danny?
The Blood Plus set coming from the UK. So you guys can stop looking for used US copies from Sony.
That's true.
You just
We
need
talking
to
about
wait.
Blood Plus?
Wait those
And
discs.
It was released by Sony Media. It's under the Sony label.
Sony.
The sets are kind of hard to come by, especially the black set. And it's one of those things that there are a couple different versions. The standard version, you had the limited version of it.
To be fair, finding it wasn't hard. It was just affording it that was
Yes.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh, it's $300 or $500, and plus you don't get
Even
you don't
even
get
now it's
the
just
so it's
expensive.
not a real set.
And
No.
it's not very good quality either.
Really not.
Yeah, the sucker breaks so easy.
I remember like watching it, and for some reason between the transitions on the DVD, it would freeze for a second. It would just not. It wouldn't run very well. Like it's like they didn't transition it very well. Where I like thought the DVD wasn't working right,
Yeah.
but it's fine. It just would be on there longer than normal.
There was some times like when they'd put out a box set and they were trying to make it cool and they did like all kinds of holographic stuff. And those ones were like the most fragile. It didn't take much for them to start like disintegrating on you.
Mhm.
The one I remember
Quality.
distinctly was the Vandred looking holographic cover thing.
Yeah.
Genon, I think was Genon.
Gina,
See them-
like the Paradise Kiss, the first box that they put out was like super fragile.
Yeah.
There was a cat soup that had the red liquid stuff on it.
Yeah, that did like basically dried up,
Yep.
and there's no way to fix it after it does.
Hope it's not Chris's blood.
Jeez.
Anyways,
Yeah.
there's Paradise Kiss. I think it was from Genon again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Geneon
the-
released
that's-
it.
that's the
It also
second
came with
edition.
postcards too, which was really cool.
They used to have those metal postcards
Now
things.
I'm curious what the first one look. Does it look the same?
No. They look exactly the same, but there's a difference in the type of material the outer box is
Yeah.
made out of.
The quality.
Like
Oh man.
it's a little more.
Variation.
The first one's a little more textured, and the other one's like smoother because they kind of abandoned the whole holographic feel. And it didn't much. The corners get worn and all that. Is that the first or the second one?
This is the first one.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
'cause
still
it's
have a good
little-
copy.
I got this
Yeah.
right when it came out.
I
At
got mine too when it
Suncoast.
came out, but then I dropped it, so I have this one janky
Oh,
corner on it.
yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, I've got a
But
little bit of wear right here,
Oh no!
but that's about it.
I
So,
was
Oh,
mad
no.
when they canceled the ring that was supposed to come with the third volume. I was mad.
oh yeah.
Ew.
You know, I remember something like a dark memory about there was a Sailor Moon watch that was supposed to come out with this particular set.
No,
Yeah,
it was a
and
mail. It was a mail-in offer that you got with the movie.
That's right. It
And
was
if
a
you
mail-
didn't spend the $7 to get it, you were out of luck. And then later on, like people who bought the watch, they found out that after like a certain number of years, that the rubber disintegrates.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So it's like you have the top part of a watch and like the flakes of a hand of a wrist strap.
Just tells
Pretty
you
much.
that was not meant to be a long-term item.
I
Yeah, I
actually
have-
did find an intact watch, and I've been working hard to preserve it so it wouldn't disintegrate. I don't know how to
Oh.
do that really, but
preserve the
I
Sailor
wonder
Moon.
if you'd have to go to a person that does watches.
no, I went and bought something that's supposed to keep rubber from disintegrating on your tires, and I just put that on the watch.
Mm. Hmm.
Interesting.
I wonder
Because
if that'll
apparently
work.
it was recommended by watch collectors, so I wasn't going off like
Oh,
I
okay,
wasn't
yeah.
That's better.
I wasn't just experimenting. It was
You're
like an
like,
actual
maybe
investment.
this will do it.
You made it seem like you were.
No, I researched. I didn't want to ruin
Okay,
it.
that's
But
good.
no, it's just like it's like hydration for the rubber or something. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
good.
that does sound like it, because rubber does actually dry out over time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not surprised.
Yep. It was worth the investment. It hasn't broken yet. So
Good.
Does anybody have horror stories buying used items, struggling to return, struggling to get refunds, etc., etc.?
I very rarely have to get refunds unless I'm risking it on something stupid cheap. And then I'm like, it ain't even worth the refund.
That's
Just-
me.
And if I've spent a lot of money, I've usually looked at it to death. If it gets damaged in transit, sometimes I won't even care that much. It depends on what the damage is.
Yeah.
Like if
It's all
they
damage.
just send it to you in the one layer of plastic and let it get bashed around by Amazon, Amazon's going to hear from me. But
Here's the biggest question will be from Amazon, since they never show you a copy, a picture of what you're buying. So if
right,
the guy comes out and says you're getting this copy, you got to look at the wording, and sometimes you go to your basket, it may not, the wording may have changed, instead of being the one you're looking at is something else.
that's why I use UPC codes, Roger.
Yeah,
Your PC.
there's all those people that have to worship you. Yes, my goddess. Yes, you're right. Boy, the lady won't let me go.
Yeah, I have those cards too.
Yeah,
Those
apparently,
are pretty cool.
yeah. I think it was one of those elementary garage. I think came with these metal postcard things.
You mean you're talking about G-Lade?
Elemental G-Lade.
El-
Elemental.
Yeah.
Elemental Galad. Yeah, Galad.
Is it Galad or Gelade? I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool stuff you used to get with your, like some dice or mouse pad with the Ghost in the Shell, and there was a couple.
That show was okay. I
I
don't
have a lot
remember
of-
it being anything spectacular, but it was alright.
Which one?
The elemental one.
Oh, it was typical.
Elementor?
It was the whole guy save girl thing.
It wasn't the elemental one I was talking about, but yeah.
You're talking about Elemental Galade or Galad.
Yeah, Galade.
I was talking
Whatever it was.
Galade,
You're
Galad,
talking about
whatever.
those metal red cards. that
Yeah,
don't even have
cards
it.
like
Metallic
the-
cards.
Yeah.
The non-version. Discotech would re-release that series on Blu-ray a bit later. So if you
Yep.
want to get the DVD and the Blu-ray, you can get both. It's pretty cool.
Well, the box came with something too. I think it was like a headband.
Oh, her headband. The girl's
Yeah.
headband in the show.
That's the King
Yeah,
of
the
Hit-
black and white one.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Hurry Sesame, Melancholy Hurry Sesame came with a headband on one box, and CDs.
I love swag. You're talking my language, Roger.
I remember nothing about the good old days actually buying up a box.
Hey Ed, I just read that they are announcing Steingate reboot
Yeah.
for an unspecified platform. So they haven't said they're not saying which one yet. It's for the 15th anniversary.
Yeah, I just read about that.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's
Yeah.
going to be
Read
updated
about
graphics
that.
featuring artwork by Huke, and it's also going to have an additional story contents packed in
Oh, I
as
might just
well.
wait
So
for
they're
that then. I was
changing
gonna
their.
buy the PC release of Steins Gate, but I guess I'll just wait.
It comes out next year, and they're adding a bunch of story
Yeah, if you're waiting
content.
this long, Jenny, just get the new
Yeah.
Yeah, I
one.
might as well just
Yeah,
wait
I'm
now.
sure
Well,
they'll
I heard
release
I didn't know that the version I have isn't the same as the PC release.
it's different.
They're
It's
not the
pretty
same.
close. It's
Yeah.
still pretty close.
They
Not
said
much.
there's like anime cutscenes in mine from the show, but the original didn't have that or something, and a lot of people like the PC release more, but I don't know.
Well,
I'd
it's
have to
interesting.
do some research and read some reviews because I've never opened Steins Gate over there, so I don't know.
Before Steins Gate Zero came out, it's really interesting. They did a re-airing broadcast of the original series, and
Mm-hmm.
then episode, I think it was like 23 or 24, they
Here's
called
something I
it
haven't seen in a
23 or
long time. My copy
24B,
of Steins Gate, just in
and they
case you don't have
changed
one.
the
What it looks
episode.
like.
Hmm. They
That's the
changed it?
original. So that's the original for the PC. Then there's Elite that came out on the consoles,
Yeah.
Right.
and then there's a different one from Japan, and then now this one's coming out. So
I wonder if we'll get
Oh,
this
that
one
means
then or not. We might not.
I wonder if the
Well,
new game is going to have a different route, like what they
it
did
said
with the anime when they
we'll pull
re-aired
that
it.
for added content, whatever the
Yeah.
hell that means.
Yeah,
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 it'll probably have a new route. Yeah.
probably.
yeah, we just have to wait to see what more details.
I'm stoked.
Hope it
It's
a
going to be
box.
awesome.
Speaking
If you
of,
I just
only
want to see what the
online only.
extras.
yeah. I say,
I
speaking
saw
of
those 3
PlayStation,
Steins Gate figures too. Ed, you're gonna be spending a lot of money if you're getting all that stuff.
Oh, the
Lordy.
swimsuit.
Yeah, the swimsuit ones. I've seen them a couple
Gate.
times, but
What matters is that one from the Creasy with a bunch of computer monitors and
yeah, I
Yeah,
want that
that's the one that
one. I'll have
is
to
good.
pre-order it if it's still up, but it might not be. There was one they just posted. Oh, I want the Chobits one probably for like $100.
$100. Wade will probably buy it.
Just do it. What are you waiting for?
I don't know. I just haven't been in the mood to order anything, so I just haven't.
What?
But I've been working all the time anyway and working on cosplay and stuff. So once I get in that route, I don't really focus on anything else.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
And plus, we are going to a convention. There might be something I actually want that's there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I have the problem with the attention span thing. I'll like get tired of shopping for stuff, and then
Mhm.
I'll let it
You
go
get
for a
wore
while.
out.
And then everything I was looking for suddenly pops up and is like, "Hi there," and I'm like,
Mhm.
"Well, this is
Yeah.
like shooting ducks in a barrel compared to last month," you know.
With little catalog,
Pop up every once in a while.
catalogs or old stuff like that. Every so often, something will pop out of nowhere. I said, I can't believe I'm seeing this. Yeah, it's buy.
Yeah, and then you go
When-
crazy.
When it comes to
Check
used
it
stuff,
out. Okay, $300, $329.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that.
Yes, ma'am. Eventually, I'll complete that set, and I think that'll be like the last ADV one I have to worry about.
has there ever been a time where you've purchased a used product and you wish you had bought it new?
It's kind of an odd question on that, Brandon. I mean,
Mm.
usually you buy something used, there's some sort of emotional attachment to it. As long as you have it in the collection, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Would you want to get the brand new version of it wrapped? Of course, you always want to have the preferred of the new one, but sometimes you can get the new one for $1,000. You can get the used one for $25. It's kind of a no-brainer. At least for me. There's people out there like Eric, my man Eric, that only buy brand new. That's it.
One
Oh my-
that I got brand new. It was it was for a video game. It was Shadow Hearts, the first one that was on the PS2.
Yeah,
I did
remember
not
that?
not order
Oh, I
it.
remember that game.
Movies
Yeah, that's the one that had the Destiny wheel.
but I ended up finding it used at one of our hawk shops, and I was like, okay, finally. So I bought it for decent price. It had the booklet, but the case was clearly like a rental case. But it had the picture, like the covering the right. It was just in a different box, and I wish I had bought that new, because now getting a used copy, that is ridiculous. But
Yeah.
my version is doable, and I did buy another case to put it in, so it's not like I kept it in that same.
That series needs a port.
I agree.
That one needs a
Really?
port. There's quite a few that need ports, but that's definitely one on the list.
At least
I
got
don't-
Xenosaga or Xenosaga or whatever. Is it Xenosaga?
Yeah, Xenosaga.
What about Xenosaga?
Never mind.
That one needs a port
Probably
too.
is-
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Xenogears needs to be redone.
Oh, just a
Oh,
redo?
yeah, I
Yeah,
totally agree. Yeah, like a
I
remake.
can agree with
That'd be
you.
awesome.
Will Square do it? No. Will Monolith Soft do it? No. So I don't see it ever really happening.
Do Parasite Eve correctly.
I know they won't even. Well, the thing
I
is, Square.
wish.
You know what's funny? I did a video. I didn't post it to the group, but I talked about how Square is kind of quaking in their boots because they got to be looking at Atlas and going, "What are we doing wrong?" Because Final Fantasy Rebirth didn't sell the way they wanted, right? But here's
Which was
Metaphor.
surprising.
What now?
A little
Which
bit
is surprising.
honestly.
Yeah,
But
but
at the same time,
look
it
at
is
Meta.
the second game in the series, so that's probably
Yeah,
part
but
of it.
even Remake didn't sell how they wanted. Look at Metaphor. It sold 1 million copies in a day.
And look, it's
In
not
a day.
it was based
Like
off the
what?
game, and it's doing very well.
Well, what also
What
could be
is?
attributed to
Is
that
that
is the
for-
fact that it was selling multi-platform as well.
The real question
Yeah,
was,
that's the other
well,
thing,
for
too.
Squaresoft
That is a
with
huge
the
part of
Final
it.
Fantasy VII remake, did they really need to make it such, such a big, such a huge?
But I think it's funny that I've read rumors that they're gonna go back to turn-based. I think they're learning that turn-based sell
Yeah,
more
they're
than
talking
what
about
they
Final
give it
Fantasy
credit
17
for.
going back to
all they really
pixel-based,
wanted was
turn-based
just
art.
an enhanced version of it. It didn't have to have 8K, with some sort of weird battle system and all this other stuff that, just getting out of Midgar, is going to be a challenge.
I think with Remake, my issue with Remake is because it's such a
That's Final Fantasy.
it's taking such a small portion of the game and just bloating it out. And I felt like after a while I started to go, okay, it can end now. I know it's coming. So, you know what I mean? Like I started to get wore out where I was redoing the same puzzles over and over again in a dungeon just to get out. And it didn't have the thoughtfulness that I felt the original had. It was just them kind of bloating it out. Don't get me wrong, the graphics are great, the characters are fun, and the music is phenomenal. But I feel like they were so scared of just making the whole game and just releasing it that they had to do it in a little slice to go, okay, is this gonna be worth our time doing? So I don't know.
7 or
Sometimes I
Hmm?
wonder if they were meant to make the game in smaller pieces, because originally there was an interview that came out in 2019 how they said that they were going to release the game in much smaller chunks. So like you were going to get, and they were going to be
Yeah.
like downloadable content. So you get Remake, and then you would buy content for the game as it would come out, so they could release it in more of an efficient time manner. So
Mhm.
they had said originally that they were going to release content for it for Remake that would take place between right when you get out of Midgar all the way up to Junon, and then the game would end. And then a year
Okay.
down the road, you would get the next part. That would be they leave Junon, and you get to, gosh, I don't remember what they said, but yeah, they were going to release it like that. And I just wonder if the execs were like, yeah, no, we're not doing it like that.
Well, I think it's
So,
because they saw what happened with 15, where when they
yeah,
took away some of the content of the game and they go to release it later, the fans were angry and they didn't buy that content and the game was dying
yeah,
because the fans
yeah,
said, "Oh no, I'm not paying for that." And then
right,
other fans were upset because the game is unfinished. You know, we didn't get
exactly.
the endings we wanted and stuff.
Yeah,
So maybe they were worried that would happen. And then you have the fans too that they want the complete experience. So you have a lot of fans, I bet, holding out because they think that there's gonna eventually be like an ultimate edition of Final Fantasy VII, like eventually where it's like all the trilogy together, and they can just buy it,
And I'm sure
outright.
Rosie,
Oh, I bet you there will be
yeah,
too.
Square
Same
will.
thing with Metaphor. There'll be like an ultimate edition at some point, I'm sure. But I think what's different with Atlas is they seem to listen to their fans and stick to what they're good at. And Square has kind of lost their way, I feel, with
Yeah,
what they've been doing lately. Like they're not selling as well as they used to. Like you used to see Squaresoft, and it used to be you bought that game even if you knew nothing about it because it was Squaresoft. Now you're like, do I just wait for a review? Maybe I should wait.
the fact that I thought with they have a corporate product and you got a boutique kind of product. Atlas has always been a boutique. They give you, cool shows that people necessarily have heard about, but they give you a real, an opportunity to buy something.
Yeah.
Square has gone to the corporate method, worrying about what kind of gender, what kind of weird packaging they want to put on it. Let's make sure everything has a certain look to it, and hopefully we'll make some money off it too somehow. And I'm worrying about that. But Fantasy 7, all they need to do was just put the game out in a little better quality, give us some extra little flashes here and there. That's all I really need to do, and then put it out and be done with it, and move on to the next project. Like
That's why I don't want them to remake anything else because I at first I wanted a Parasite Eve like remake of the first one, but now I'm scared because they'll take the battle system and they'll just destroy it, and that battle system is good the way it is. It doesn't need anything.
Maybe they'll learn from what Atlas is
remake Final
doing,
Fantasy
you know?
Tactics, make it better, bigger, and it's going to give you all kinds
Mhm.
of not only the Onion Knight and the Death and the Dark Knight, but something else. They'll throw something else in there and redo the whole story plot. Just hopefully it'll sell.
Are they doing tactics?
They probably should.
Mm.
That's something they will really, 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 really,
Yeah, they
really,
really
really
need
need
to.
to. I consider the Holy Grail for me. It's the Holy Grail of Final Fantasy. I mean, it's
You want tactics redone.
I gave my life to it, literally. In the desert, I used to play it. So,
not
Oh, man.
Xenogears, but tactics.
Tactics
yeah,
was
I'm
already
serious,
done.
serious time with that bad boy.
Yeah,
I want to see
Domino, that'd
I
probably
want to see
not be the
Vagrant
one you'd
story
want.
redone.
been redone.
Oh, for the PSP, but it'd be nice if it was ported to like an actual console.
I want to see a real copy with some of the nice big package on it and good
They
content.
could just port it and like just update the graphics and call it good. Like not even make them realistic, just keep them the same.
Like a real good example of that was that what's it called, bit remaster of the original 1, 2, 3, and 4 games or 5
Oh
games.
yeah,
The
like how
repixel.
in randomly. Yeah,
Oh, you're talking about the Pixel remaster?
yeah.
Great idea. They make a 2D, 3D kind of thing with it with Final Fantasy Tactics, like they did with Octopath Trailer.
Oh, Octopath
Oh,
Traveler.
Octopath was so good. Oh
Octopath
my
was so good
gosh.
too.
That
All
It
of
was
those are
really
I
good.
good.
want to buy
But
it.
that's not
I will buy it.
Square. I think isn't that another company? Didn't Square just publish that? I think. I didn't think that was them, but I can't remember.
It kind of looks like that anime's card game I remember seeing way back in the day.
This is El Hazard. I got it from a free Right Stuff for Clubs program when Right Stuff was
Oh,
giving away
wow.
free swag stuff when you sign up for their clubs program. And they'll
Like
give you like a ton of stuff.
for the longest time, those were on Right Stuff for like $2.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they just
they
kind of gave
were.
them out.
I bought a set for myself at one point.
They had a
There-
mail order. There's also a mail away offer for them in the DVDs
Yeah.
with the cards.
Yeah.
I have those too.
So
I'm
as
sure,
we've been
yeah.
talking about games, I figured, let's dive into, soundtracks.
Ooh, okay.
So we've got Distant Worlds. They're one of the only official concert bands that's legally allowed to perform Final Fantasy music around the world.
hmm
Them in New Worlds. And I've seen them in concert several times. Gonna go see Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in February, and I'm like super stoked.
I already did. It's amazing. I already went and saw it. Yep.
There's the
Bushido
PlayStation game
Blade!
Bushido Blade 2 in like perfect condition.
I have mine
Here,
too.
here's the first game.
Got that one too. I love that game. I played
Oh,
it.
so
I've
good.
heard people talking about that game too a lot.
When the Wii came out, I was like, why don't they make a Wii version of that? Would have been so crazy good. But they were stupid.
Final Fantasy VII original soundtrack.
Nice.
You can get that still really cheap.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, super cheap. I was surprised.
And then
I
I've got
think
like
it's
all
because
the
people
Final
move
Fantasy
on. They move on
soundtracks.
to new stuff. I think.
Yeah.
This is
I
the
your soundtrack.
collector's edition of the soundtrack for Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah.
I have 15 somewhere.
Yeah,
15's
this one's
probably
really
on my
cool.
shelf. It's
got,
all
like, a ton
black,
of
so I
art.
have problem like telling it's the soundtrack at all.
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy import soundtrack.
No, there's Tactics.
Tactics.
Oh yeah.
Anime soundtrack for Samurai Flamenco. This is the ending song.
I need to get
Kodama
that show
Cholesterol.
because I've heard
It
so
needs
many
to be
things about
licensed.
it and never seen it.
Yeah. This is Samurai Champloo soundtrack Departure.
Oh,
I've got the
yeah.
vinyl as well.
Oh, you can get
Is that from the DVD set or just the standalone?
No, just a standalone. Yeah, standalone one. This is actually Taku Iwasaki's Consciousness album that I have. It's 2 discs, but it's got a ton of tracks on it. This one's really cool because it's not just anime music, but it's stuff that he's done for like live action stuff and just some original stuff as well. But I love the artwork.
Oh yeah.
Artwork's
Very
really
nice.
cool. And then I've got, let's see, what is this from? Don't remember what this is from. Huh. Here's another Samurai Champloo soundtrack.
Mhm.
This is one of the ones I couldn't get on vinyl because this one sold out in pre-orders. This one I have in vinyl though.
Nice.
Impression. There's like 5 or 6 soundtracks. This one's Masta.
Like soundtrack. Yeah, 5 or 6 soundtracks too. If you get too deep in the series.
I like this one a lot. This is the Final Fantasy Song Collection.
Oh yeah.
This one's really cool. I like this one. A lot of it's from Final Fantasy X. It's got some really cool
that
artwork
music
on
is
it.
really beautiful.
Yeah, the music in that is really good.
Every
Then
now and then Spotify I'll click on to Xanarkin. I'm like, Xanarkin.
New World. I'm gonna shut my light off. Maybe it'll be a little bit better to see
Oh yeah,
that glare. Okay.
Oh yeah, that fixed it, I think.
Is that better?
I think so, yeah.
So here's New World. And then I've got like a whole case of soundtracks in here since Final Fantasy VIII.
a couple things.
Well, it looks like Live Alive's pretty cheap to get the soundtrack.
One of the
surprised
best
how
ones
cheap
is Final
some of these
Fantasy
are.
VI. Did you all hear the
Soundtracks
news? I don't
are
know if
usually
anyone's
not
ever playing.
that expensive.
I don't buy very many, so I mean, if they come with a game, cool. But I don't normally go out of my way. Though I did grab. They had the Final Fantasy remake and Rebirth there, so I bought them all. But I
This was
normally
the
don't.
this is the limited edition of Psycho Pass's soundtrack that came with a cool keychain.
Ooh.
Cool. I like that.
Ooh, swaggy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Psycho Pass had some pretty good music, or the
Oh, yeah.
opening. I remember liking the opening and endings.
Abnormalized by Link to Sitsugura. That one was really good. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh yeah, Erased.
So
I
my
gotta have
soundtracks
these.
are the ones that were combo packs with other DVDs, or else they came
Yeah,
in
there you
box sets.
go. I'm kind of in that boat where
Like-
if it comes
like-
with it, cool, you know.
Tokyo Pop put out
Yeah, Vampire Princess Miyu had one.
yeah, Vampire Princess Miyu had one along with
Yeah.
like a metal charm or something.
Yeah.
That's Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
I didn't buy that one. No.
And a lot of the
Erased.
A lot of the Bandai sets had like a CD attached too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that Thousand Arms one. I got Persona 4 music.
I wish I had the Thousand Arms one. I have the
Yeah. Yeah. It just came in a paper sleeve. It didn't come in anything really fancy. It's got artwork from yeah.
And Silent Hill 3 had a soundtrack with their game.
All
Nadia came with the soundtracks if you bought the big box sets.
Yeah, that's true.
The collector's editions.
Key did too. Key, the Metal Idol, if you got the one set, it came with a soundtrack.
This is the After the Rain opening ending singles. One of them came with a sticker set, this Aimer sticker set. She sings the Brave Shine song from Fate Stay Night. Unlimited Blade Works. Yeah, she's awesome.
What you're talking about.
I've also got, let's see, Mob Psycho 100. Most of these are unopened. Mob Psycho 100 soundtrack. Here is the Yuri on Ice soundtrack. Love that music.
You really are.
I've also got the
big
one
on
from
soundtracks.
91 Days.
Yeah, I'm really not.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I have
the
like
91
random
Days one is good.
I have like Last Exile because I love the music to that one. And then
Right?
This is the limited edition. This is the limited edition Boom Boom Satellites Lay Your Hands on Me single. Lay Your Hands on Me is the opening for Kisniver, which actually sounds exactly like a-ha's Take Me On song, which is hilarious.
That's funny.
Somebody actually compiled it on YouTube and they were like, oh my gosh, it's the same song.
Probably the hardest I ever worked to get a soundtrack was to try to get the one that came with the Lane lunchbox box set.
Oh yeah, that's I could see that. Mine was the Silent Hill box set, the music box they called it. Super expensive now if you try to get it. Mine is signed.
This is the Gotcha Man Crowds soundtrack. This one's awesome.
That's cool.
I did
I guess it's gonna depend what kind of music you like to what you're going to spend your money on.
I have the Gunsword soundtracks. I bought them when the Right Stuff had a real cheap sale on soundtracks, and I went ham and bought them all.
And actually, Geneon released these, the soundtracks.
I think for a while, Pioneer had put out soundtracks for certain shows.
They did.
This is the same thing, like Please Save My Earth.
I have that. I just bought that really cheap on eBay the other day.
Geneon had like a whole lot of stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the only reason why I bought the Armitage one was to get the Anime Ham card, Armitage card.
Oh
yeah.
Box for that.
Just to get that card and.
That's cool.
And I never did find the Bill Dandy card. I never did get that.
Which one?
Bill Dandy card on the Anime Ham card set.
Oh yeah.
And I heard there's a Goku one. I've never seen it before. Bill Dandy, I've heard there's rumors of ones floating around somewhere.
I almost grabbed some Sailor Moon cards because they're up on eBay. Kind of wanted them.
There are a virtual ton of Sailor Moon cards. Bromides, Keramides, the supersized super bromide thing. I still have that card. It's super huge, like this, like an 8x10 card or so.
Okay.
I wish I was in the Sailor Moon fan club since a long time ago, because every time you'd get a box, they'd give you a new card, and those cards are super nice.
I think my Cowboy Bebop came with a soundtrack, didn't it? The original DVDs?
Yeah, the original DVDs. Yeah. This is Bloom Into You, Yagate no Kimite. Michiro Oshima does the music. Her stuff is absolute gold. It's classical music. She does the soundtrack for Snow White with Red Hair, Fatima Inverted, dozens of other stuff. This is the After the Rain. That's the soundtrack. Attack on Titan, Yoshiki featuring Hyde. That's
I like that guy what's that guy's name? Kevin?
Levi.
The guy from Australia that does some of the anime music.
Oh, Kevin Penkin. He does the music for Violet Evergarden.
He does Shield Hero 2 and Made in the Abyss and a lot of stuff.
This show is really cute. It's called Hisone Tomaso-tan. It's animated by Studio Bones. And it's basically about a girl that becomes an air fighter pilot, but she finds out that the jet she's flying is actually a little cute dragon. It's pretty funny. Megalobox original soundtrack. Love the soundtrack for that. Made in Abyss. I've got the vinyl for that as well. And then another Asian Kung Fu Generation. Oh, I might have shown you all this one. The
Yeah,
artist for all of the Asian Kung Fu Generation albums, his name is Yusuke Nakamura, and he actually does the character designs for a show called The Tatami Galaxy. And I think he's done some other stuff too. But his stuff is amazing. We've also got Kabaneri the Iron Fortress. I love this one.
I like Cabaneri.
Mume.
I think that show got a little less.
Got looked unfairly dissed as being like another ripoff of Attack on Titan, but it's a good show. I didn't have any issues with it.
I mean,
Anyone recognize this?
It's more like Train to Busan more than this. Yeah. Paradise Lunch.
It
Paradise
was
Lunch.
cool. I mean,
Wakano.
it was like a popcorn anime, one of those ones where you just sit down and you shut your brain off and you watch it. There's
Did you
really
laugh at
nothing else.
The last villain on Cabaneri
Snow White
looked
with red
like
hair.
a Tales of Abyss character. Did you guys
A
ever notice
Tails
that?
character.
Yeah, the Biba guy or whatever his name was. He looked
Oh
like
God.
from Tales of the Abyss.
I don't even remember the bad guy, so if you remember that much, that you're more than me. Good job.
He was hot, okay? He was hot, but he
He
was
had did he look like Tales of the Abyss? I remember the red guy with the guy with the red hair. Is that what you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
I actually know what you mean. I had to think of Tales of the Abyss though, because I put 60 hours into that game and then dropped it. I dropped that game.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
I don't know. It just kept going and going and going. Yeah, it's very, very long.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like Grace's. I never beat it. I like that game. I do. I start it every time, and I get to the middle, and I stop. And I don't know why.
It does. It's very. Yeah, I find a lot of Tales games are like that.
I did beat Arise though. I went all the way through Arise, and then I even bought the DLC and played through. I platinumed both. I platinumed one and then the other, and it was pretty good. I could see why people really, really like it. Like it kind of revitalized the series again.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's because it actually had a romance, and a lot of the Tales games just don't.
They hint at it, but then they kind of never.
Yeah. They kind of skirt over it and just don't go for it.
They're like, I have so many soundtracks that I kind of forgot about, like the Please Teacher stuff, the stuff that came with like the Please Teacher and the Please Twins, and
Please Teacher, yeah.
And those were actually pretty kick-ass because it was a I want to say I've Sound girls like Kotoko and Mia and stuff like that.
Understood why our Gravitation set never came with a soundtrack. The songs on there are so high power.
God, I love that.
Oh, Gravitation! Oh my God! I want to get the manga. I guess the manga got a re-release, so.
I've been collecting those, and then of course Red River just got a re-release. And
I saw the manga and bam. I picked up the real copy of the Robotech US Renditions release soundtrack.
From Harmony Gold.
From Harmony Gold.
Bleach had good music.
Maybe
it's super weird.
I think I'm gonna get this soundtrack. I want to get the Voice of Cards soundtrack. I'm gonna get that one.
Any Seesaw fan?
Oh, you should know that one, Roger.
Yuki Kajiura and Seesaw?
If they came with my limited edition box sets, I probably have them.
Which one?
Like the Haruhi Suzumiya that came with a bunch of CDs. So did Lucky Star too.
Oh
this
yeah,
is the Space Dandy soundtrack. This one is so good. This is the first one.
Okay, where's the Yuri on Ice soundtrack?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have to pull that one out again. This is actually a single by Aya Uchida. I got it signed at a convention. Yeah.
Nice.
I have a ridiculous amount of
And I got this one signed as well.
There's the Banana Fish soundtrack. That one's
Oh, I
those,
don't have that
songs.
one.
Those songs are pretty good
Do
too.
have the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood soundtracks though.
Oh, Full Metal Alchemist.
Those ones are
Same
awesome
with
by Akira
the
Senju.
box.
Those ones are great. One
You
of my
have the tin
favorites
box?
though is Kenji Kawai does the music for Eden of the East.
I have a
Oh yeah,
Love
Nice.
that
Nice.
series. Oh my gosh. It's so good.
amount
Does it have the one song on it? The one that's in English?
Yes. Yeah,
It does. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it has
So
the
you can
TV
find that,
size, I
like,
think.
listen to it on YouTube. So it's not really
Yeah.
that
Are you
big.
are you thinking of the opening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Falling Down by Oasis. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this has the full version.
know,
And then another Code Geass version. I think this came with one of the
Code Geass had a bunch of
DVDs,
CDs
I
that
think,
came out with
yeah.
the limited editions.
Yeah.
I've got those, and then I also have
So what are some
the
really rare like soundtracks then?
Boobies Wonderland Space Dandy soundtrack Volume 2.
Basically, just the ones that came like as
Love
a
that show.
pre-order or inside the
Oh,
boxes.
that kind
This
of
is
makes sense.
this is the Keelan album. This is
I
the
need the
single for
Escaflowne
Bleach.
one.
Oh, the
Which one?
Escaflowne
Oh,
one.
the Escaflowne one that came with the Kickstarter?
No,
Awkward
no.
Times.
Probably just the original ones, I guess. I probably have
Oh.
the Kickstarter one, I'm assuming.
This is the Oasis one that features the Eden of the
I just
East
don't have them.
opening.
And I remember liking the music for that.
These ones are
Hell,
kind of hard
even
to find now.
Aquarion had good music in that show.
Michiko to Hachin soundtracks by Kassen.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
this
forgot
music's
about that
awesome.
show.
Oh, it's so good.
It was
This
okay.
This one was
It felt like
actually
Cowboy Bebop or Gunsmith Cat.
the music in this is surprisingly really good, and I don't even know if the show is still licensed anymore, but it's Phantom Requiem for the Phantom.
Oh, I remember
And it's
that
done
show.
by Animation
Yeah.
Studio.
Phantom of the Phantom of the Inferno.
What's that?
No, it's the TV series,
It's the TV series. It's
not
the anime. It's
what is it, the OVA or
the
whatever else
OVA.
they made.
It's
Yeah.
loosely based on the game, the visual novel.
Mine came with the game, I think.
The show
The
is
game.
really good.
Yeah.
If you get a
You
chance.
know, the thing about the Escaflowne soundtrack is there was Yoko Kanno who did like all the Cowboy Bebop stuff on it.
Yeah. Yoko Kanno
That's
actually
great.
first worked with
She did like
Watanabe
Brain
when they did
Powered and
Macross.
Aquarion and all kinds of other stuff. Yeah.
Terran Resonance soundtrack.
That's why the music's good, but the show might be
Speaking
crap.
of Yoko
The music's
Kanno,
good.
Any Slayer soundtrack?
I do not actually.
I have a Slayer's one
Seven
somewhere.
Terran
Million
Resonance.
J. I used to think,
Oh.
sure, I need to buy some of those.
Death Parade by Bradio. It's the opening
Oh yeah,
song
I'm sure a
Flyers.
lot of people own Death Parade.
Oh my gosh, that opening is so good. This is the opening ending single for Terran Resonance. We also have.
Somebody.
Oh, here's the other one. Oh yeah, I forgot. I've got the little insert cases for these. This is the original soundtrack, actually. But it comes with a little slipcover too, which is really cool.
A bunch of Hiroshima soundtracks.
Oh,
I mean, not
Gungrave
soundtracks,
soundtrack.
I have the game. The Gungrave.
And
do
then
you have
the,
all the games? There's like 3 games.
Your
now.
Lie in April.
I do not know. I don't know. I have one of them for like the PS5 or something. I don't know how many there are.
Okay, there was 2 on the PS2.
Oh, okay. I probably don't have those.
Overdose and regular Gungrave, and then the new one that was on the PS5.
They were ragging on the new one, but I have it anyway. Because,
I have
you
it
know.
anyway. I have
Yeah, so. Meh.
This is the band One OK
It looks
Rock.
cool when I bought
I
it.
got this
I want to
signed
get
by them.
Evil West. That one looks kind of neat. It looks
This
like
is,
it looked like kind of like Devil May Cry, but in the Wild West.
Blood Blockade Battlefront
Oh
soundtrack.
yeah, I
This
still
is
haven't
Bump
seen
of-
that show.
Oh, it's good. This is Bump
I
of
bet you mine
Chicken.
are still sealed, sitting.
This is
sitting
their
packed
Hello
up.
World, and it came with a little sticker.
The figure for the main guy is really really rare. I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay, this is an interesting release. This is Noragami. This is the soundtrack. I got it off Amazon in
Mm.
pre-order, and this actually got canceled everywhere. And they had to re-release it and remove songs. This is a sealed version featuring several tracks that got removed because one of them features the Adhan prayer, and
Mm.
people were up in arms about it. So they had to talk. The artist actually had to remove a bunch of music from
That
it, and so it's like
sucks.
basically
Yeah, that's weird.
non-existent. Yeah. So this is the sealed version of that
Mm.
removed soundtrack.
Yeah, that would make
And
me mad.
and then I've also got another Code Geass. I don't know where this one came from,
That one was
but
packed in with one of the sets.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's got
I
some
have all
cool
those ones
artwork.
too.
Yeah, I like Code Geass. I think it's
Let's
really
see the
good.
soundtrack that
I
came and said, "Not hack everybody."
To
And
be
then
fair, the best
Oh
one
yeah,
is like
fine.
Not hack has
Abingdon
the
Boys
best
School.
music, man. Both
It
game
does.
and
I have some of it
oh,
downloaded on my phone, like the key of the Twilight or whatever.
so
Yeah.
good.
This is the
mhm.
Abingdon
I mean,
Boys
the
School like
opening,
best
a
of
lot of
album.
people love that. I think it's okay. I like Key of the Twilight better, but
Dot Hack had a lot of good music though.
yeah, it
Liminality.
does. I mean, just to listen to, yeah.
Both game
I
and
was
show is fantastic.
Liminality soundtrack was the
The
best.
games. I think I made it to Mutation or something. I don't remember. It was whatever the one is.
The soundtracks for the games I thought were still better than the anime, though. If you ever get a chance to listen to this game soundtrack, oh,
Okay.
it's wonderful.
I mean, I've heard it, but it's. I think when you're playing the game, sometimes you're not paying attention
Oh,
to
I
music
do, but
all the time. You know.
To
I'm
be
always
fair, the first anime, the Dot Hack sign had really good like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it did.
but everything after that was kind of
It was
for
kind
me.
of not that great for you.
No, not until like Roots.
yeah. Roots was a little. The music wasn't as good, but the games, GU had.
Had really good music.
Liminality's anime was like packed in with the games, and it had really good music. But I think that's because the game guys did
I
it.
liked the anime that was packed in. I think I liked it sometimes better than the game. I was like into that. I was like, I want to know what happened.
Yeah, Liminality was cool.
I really wish they'd released it independently too. That way, I don't have to like fight
Just
for
that-
$300 volumes of the last game.
Oh yeah, I forgot how expensive Dot Hack
Like,
has gotten.
I'm so
that's
glad.
one that I'm really kicking myself for not buying when it was cheap.
I could see the problem is I couldn't because when that game came out, when the first one came out for that, it was Xenosaga, that game, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
I swear there was another one that came out, so you could only get, as a kid, I could only get one. You can't get every game.
Just meant
Back
like
then.
when I was collecting and I was going to buy them, I was like sticking my nose up because they were like
200.
$100 for the
They're
whole
like,
set.
yeah,
And now they're like
100 to
300,
200.
400, and I'm like, well, I
You
shouldn't
know
have
what?
sucked it
I
up.
bit the bullet and I bought them. When they were like, 100, 150, I went, well, I want them, so I bought them. And now I'm glad I did because now they're dead expensive.
Video Girl Eye soundtrack. I just like the music from the anime.
Classic.
Whoa,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's pretty
one of my
classic.
first ones. I just for whatever reason I had imported it. Uh, but yeah, a couple ones. They're like the Vision of Iscafoni soundtrack. I have several versions of that.
Yay!
Final Fantasy, some different things like that.
Yeah, Final Fantasy.
My first video game soundtracks was Parasite Eve and Metal
Ooh,
Gear
yeah.
and they were in a little article in an EGM magazine, and I remember going to mom going, "Can you call this number and buy these?" And she did. I actually got that was my first soundtrack. So everything else was all bootleg stuff like Everanime and stuff.
Oh
So these
yeah, Brandon.
were official. Yeah, the cross-eyed chick, huh? Yeah.
I can't say anything because my first purchased anime soundtrack was probably like the Sailor Moon Pioneer bullcrap.
Hey, that's legit though. That Sailor Moon CD. Yeah.
Yeah,
I lost mine. I don't know where it went. I'm so mad.
I'm pretty sure I beat that thing to death. I don't know where it is. It's probably in like scratched to hell.
In the corner
Wow.
somewhere.
That and I have the Pokemon soundtracks because I'm a loser.
Why? What's wrong with
I got a
that?
bootleg of one, so I mean not a bootleg, a burned CD of one. So I feel you there.
So
I have one that's old and it has like all the like older openings. Like it tells you like what show it came from and a little thing about it.
yeah,
Like Lum Song, I think, is on there, and
that's probably that compendium
Mycroft is on
album.
there, and some other stuff. I don't remember. The cover's like Speed Racer or something, I think.
I found
Yeah.
my old Akira soundtrack.
Mm.
Oh, I've got
Yay.
that. Such a good soundtrack.
I forgot I even had this thing. It's been in there.
Ed, you don't have no soundtracks? I know you do. Oh, Ed's not answering.
Well, I was thinking that I didn't have that many, but now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of my anime came with soundtracks.
There you go. That's how I think, a lot of my video games probably do have soundtracks.
Yeah.
Except I didn't buy the ones that Domino's gonna get, so I'm excited to hear her talk about the ones from Arm Fantasia and stuff. Yeah.
Send it, like, hurry up, games.
I heard that Penny Blood ran into trouble that they can't find somebody to help them make the game, and so now they're working on a completely different game to
Oh,
try
cool.
to get it, I guess, to get I don't know, to get eyes on the actual game that they want to make. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but Armed Fantasia seems to be going all right.
Which is good. That's good. I'm glad. I can't wait till they both come out.
I hope they both do. I heard they were in talks again with I don't know. I guess publishers. I don't really know what they're looking for exactly. I guess funding.
I did cave on the latest Kickstarter thing, which was the
Uh-oh.
AGM compendium that they're making.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you and Roger did. Yeah.
For the higher one, well, not the super high one, but the 150 rank tier, because it comes with the lost issue. So speaking of periodicals, you guys were talking about,
We're not done
especially
yet.
hard to
I'm
get
just-
ones. I knew I had to get that because people are gonna be like, "I've got the last issue originally," so I definitely want that. And then they just reached a stretch goal that's given us a whole new issue. So and everybody who contributed to the physical will get a physical copy of the new issue too. And then when that comes out, and then the
Okay.
What is this?
do you
It's
know what
EGM monthly.
yeah.
And
It's
then
electronic monthly.
Kickstarter. It's a pretty big deal. I used to buy the EGM religiously.
time?
After buying several lame games, I said, "What I'm going to do about it?" So I picked this one magazine called EGM. I said, "Oh, it looks pretty cool." So I said, "Yeah, this is what I'm looking for." So I collected
Oh,
many years. I
I
think it
see.
was out for like 20 years. Eventually, kind of folded. It was bought out from bought out by a company. Then was again bought out again by Steve Harris, the guy that did it himself. So I was really stoked when I saw this Kickstarter on Facebook. So I can't believe I'm looking my eyes on. I got to have this thing. Of course, I want to make things successful. So I sent it to everybody that was on my call list just to make sure. This one, Domino, Domino got my notification. You should buy this thing. My God, are you crazy not to have it?
I'm like,
fine.
no, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm good too.
Yeah.
I already have enough stuff to spend money on.
That's what I used to use when I was younger and got a lot of gaming.
It's a nostalgia thing for them, I think.
It is.
Already.
Yeah.
I feel like if they had a D&D compendium
There
magazine
you
thing for
go.
Dragon magazine, I
That would
probably
be
would
for
I would
you.
get that, but not for
For
electronic
any magazine,
gaming.
I can't think of a magazine I got really attached to that I would really care about, like owning a bunch of them. Because I feel like you're gonna flip through it once, read it once, sit it on a shelf, and probably never touch it again.
I was like cutting things out. I took better care of my
Cutting things out? You're gonna cut things out of it?
Back then, I didn't care. I was little, and I got
Your Kickstarter, you're like, I'm gonna cut this picture out.
Really kick myself for letting one of my friends did that. One of my friends did that with her new types, and now I kind of kick myself for letting that happen.
Yeah.
I was like, no. But yeah, it's just there are certain magazines I'm trying to collect, but I'm like not so obsessed that they have to be like completely pristine.
The
So
magazines I want to collect, eBay sells them for like $50 a pop, and they're the Sega Saturn magazines from Japan. I mean, they were awesome. If you ever got a Sega Saturn magazine from Japan, they had like stickers, posters, all sorts of fun stuff in there, and then it was
Amano
just
stuff.
full of really gorgeous anime art that you'll never get because Sega CD had a lot of gorgeous anime art that never went anywhere other than Sega CD, and
Yeah,
so
the
having the
game.
Sega Saturn magazines, you had all that art in there, and it was just a very nice thing to look at. And now, like if you try to find them on eBay, they sell for like $40+.
I was wondering, does anybody know if Lunar has gone up for pre-order? Like in
No,
the
not
US?
yet. No, there's a
Yeah.
placeholder listed on the PlayStation Store. There's no word about their physical release, but they said it is
So we might
coming.
have to get it from PlayAsia. PlayAsia has a
Possibility.
physical. What? That's so weird though, because okay, on PlayAsia's site,
Yeah.
it shows that it's gonna be a Japanese version, an Asian version, and a US version
I
for a
just found
physical.
a whole stack of Sega Saturn magazines for $25. I'm buying. Bye.
Oh, she's every time you hang out with us, you're like, well, I could buy this.
Well, I saw one. The first one that showed was $67. I'm like, "Ugh." And I scrolled down, and I was like, "You can get this whole stack for $25." I'm like,
oh my.
Going insane, buying all the magazines.
"I love those. They're so."
Certain magazines, yeah, I would do it. Like I think with Horticulture Addicts, there's certain gaming magazines like EGM I would do it. But yeah, not every single one, but certain ones, yeah, I would definitely rebuy them.
And look,
There's a few I wish I would have bought, but I'm like, now I'm like, oh well.
Hopefully, there'll be a companion with those too.
I'm just happy I still have some of my Final Fantasy like strategy guides.
I did too. I
They're
have
pretty
those.
beat up, but
too.
I still
Me
got them.
too.
My
I
one
still-
is like unofficial. It has like unofficial art and stuff in it. I
I
guess.
still have my Final Fantasy 8 and 7 soundtracks in pristine edition, pristine condition with like the Bratty Games ones. Those ones are awesome.
Let's see. What Domino's doing?
I notice her stack of manga is now now it's nicely at least organized. I think that's manga. I have a
That
hard time
is
telling.
manga.
Is it?
Mhm.
Okay. It feels
So
like
if
it's gonna topple over. It's like a Jenga stack, and eventually.
You're not
Here's
surrounded by that
a
yourself?
Huh? No. No.
here's a question. Can any of you tell me about like pre-internet, like the power of catalogs? Like
Yeah.
what were your go-to catalogs for ordering anime or anime manga merchandise?
Well, anything right stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much with
Their
my
catalogs are awesome.
I was too young. Don't remember none of that. Sorry. Didn't buy anything from a magazine.
That and I've actually I did get some of those Books Nippon later catalogs. They used to send it to the fan club members. They used to get a card. You got a card, and then you start sending you catalogs. It was a pretty good deal. But I think they stopped sometime in the early 2000s, like that. Somewhere in the early 2000s, they stopped putting out stuff.
I have these. I don't know if you guys remember remember we were talking about Final Fantasy VII guides. One of the
Here we
magazines
go.
came with this.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
I remember those. Oh my gosh, I've seen that in
Good
so
guide
long.
too. I used this when I was in a pinch. I was like, what do I do now? And I also ended up with the Dino Crisis one.
Oh, I just watched what's his name, Maximilian Do play through Dino Crisis.
Yeah, the Power Station magazine I think came up with these. Yeah.
Powers.
I heard they might redo Dino Crisis.
That's been a long term hope in the Capcom community. We've been wanting a Dino Crisis 1 remake forever, but they keep going, oh, let's do Resident Evil 4 for the 10th time.
Let's do Exo Primal and then watch it go up in smoke.
But
'Cause, yeah.
yeah, I wish they would, but Capcom is so on Resident Evil 4 that they had to redo that. And we're like, well, what about Code Veronica?
They are doing Code Veronica though.
Yes, but they've been working on it slowly.
I think they are. I think they just knew that 4 people love 4 and so they just brought it out. I think
Remake
that's
every
yeah.
system. It's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Actually don't like Resident Evil. I mean, yeah, I don't like Resident Evil 4. I don't like the whole cult crap and the
Oh.
I
I just
thought it
like Leon without a shirt on. And that's all I care about. I don't
was Leon and I like Wesker.
I think Resident Evil 2 is better though, if you know.
My favorite's the first because I love the mansion.
And then Silent Hill 2, I kept watching it, but man, I can't
Beautiful.
get through it. I get bored.
Well, you have to play it. If
I might have to just pick it up and play it. I have played some of it, like the original. I played up until the apartment, and then I got bored again, and
Oh yeah, no,
gave
you
up.
gotta get into the apartments because the apartment is where the action's at. Those damn mannequins. That's all I gotta say.
Anybody
Okay.
remember these memory cubes, the memory cards?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I have a
man.
whole
for the
box
PlayStation 2.
somewhere. So, do I have it in here? No, I don't
I
think
love
I do.
You're holding that up like that's ancient technology when I grew up with ColecoVision. Y'all are cute.
You sweet children. It's like you sweet
You
children.
sweet summer child.
Stop making me feel young. Jeez.
It's not making me feel young.
Anyway,
How dare you make me feel younger than you?
it's not really that hard for me to feel old.
Aw.
All I gotta do is bring up something that y'all don't understand. Like it's just like, oh well, I guess I'm just old then.
We couldn't afford ColecoVision back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Man, I remember that game console. We had something called Intellivision, the Atari, various Atari games. ColecoVision also said they had the most accurate.
See, Roger understands. Roger's in the same group. There
Well,
you
Roger's older than I am, so of course
Well,
Roger understands.
go. Yeah.
Twice your age.
Whoa.
No, you're not.
Whoa.
We are elders. I've seen it. I've seen Pong. I've seen the beginning. I've seen
the beginning. I've seen the beginning and the end.
I've seen it all the way through like PlayStation 2. After that, kind of drops off.
I played.
Everything
Roger's
comes-
gonna be in he's gonna be in his rocker reading his magazine, still complaining that there's no Final Fantasy Tactics.
Y'all playing
Remake.
your Steam games while I started with the original. I started with the original Oregon Trail. Like,
Original.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh, I
Oh,
remember
boy.
You
that.
know what? That game was
Did you ever-
brutal. You know,
There was
that,
a-
your
That game
family
was
died of
brutal.
disease.
I think they did like a remake of Oregon.
they've had lots of
It's
remakes
on-
of Oregon.
Yeah, they've done a lot.
I played it on the Commodore 64. Actual Commodore 64 thing.
Actually,
What is that? No, no.
I think Oregon Trail by the time I played it was on IBM, like those big IBM ones that look like they could have been the entirety of a desktop computer in the 90s.
Remember?
It was at that time before they used to call it Edutainment. They had that game. They used to pitch it as they either play that and see what happened with the real West. Kind of like get to read it and say, oh my God, my daughter died from dysentery. Oh my God, ran out of food.
Did you
Ran
ever?
out of wheels.
Did you ever play King's Quest?
King's Quest. I've
Touch
never
phone?
played King's Quest on that. That was like IBM.
Yeah.
It's IBM stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
a big arcade cabinet nerd, so I grew up with arcade cabinets, but
You might like Road to Canada. That's kind of where you make your characters and you try to escape the U.S. by crossing over the border into Canada. And there's zombies everywhere, so you have to stop and get food and everything else, and you can run out of gas and all kinds of other stuff.
Fun.
Like a bunch of events can happen.
What's it
Does
called
anyone
again?
ever remember?
It's like Road to Canada, I
Oh,
think.
Canada.
Does
It's
anyone ever
funny.
remember
It's
Sega
just a little
Channel?
game, a little just fun game you can play for like
Death Road
30 minutes. Death Road to Canada. There you go.
on Steam even.
Road. Yeah,
Mhm.
I remember this game.
Mhm. I played it at like a friend's house.
You're
Like
right.
the run took like 30 minutes and we escaped, so I was like, "Oh, well, I guess I beat the game."
That's funny.
But I don't know how expensive it is on Steam.
I can't imagine. It's
$2.
let me
Oh,
look.
okay. That ain't too bad.
How much is it?
$14.99.
It's
Oh
14
yeah,
bucks.
that's about right.
For what?
The road,
For
Death
Death
Road.
Road to Canada.
Road to Canada? Okay.
Mhm.
Does anyone remember Sega Channel?
I
Yeah.
remember Sega Channel.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh,
for the
one of my brothers
Dreamcast.
had it, and we
Yeah.
used to play it all the time.
Mm-mm. Nope.
You guys remember Jam Packs? God, I had some from
Oh
the
my
PlayStation.
gosh.
I still have some of mine. They had the one we played the most was the disc had Power Paw the Rapper, the Onion level, and it had Nightmare Creatures. It had Cool
Oh, I
Breeder.
remember Nightmare
I was
Creatures.
playing that all the time. What sucked, it had that old blocky fighter game called Versus, and that game would never play right on the on the Jam Pack.
I have a friend who's like, did you ever play Sonic the Hedgehog with the chows you had to raise? And I was just like,
Yeah.
I think this is
Super
beyond
weird.
my age limit here.
They think you know all the way back.
There was that Sonic the Hedgehog on the Dreamcast. He had some sort of weird mini game with it.
Yeah,
Was that it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember.
You had to raise this little. He had different side games. I think it was
I wish I could play Knights again. I like Knights.
You guys
Well,
remember
I don't-
Vector Man?
you can buy a Sega Saturn. You can get
That
one
was
of
on
those.
the Saturn. It
Yeah.
it made me ill though. Like it made me physically ill, but it was such a
Why?
fun game. Yeah, it was all it gave me motion sickness. Yeah.
Jenny's like me. Like I watched one guy playing Bioshock, and I ended up puking all over him.
Ugh. It made you sick?
Yeah,
so
just watching him turning all over the
Oh
place.
wow. Yeah, sometimes I'll have to close my eyes. Like I notice when I jump off a cliff in a game, it actually gives me vertigo. Like I feel like I'm
Never-
falling.
Never play Jumping Flash on the PlayStation.
Ooh,
Though.
No. No,
Jumping
thank
Flash
you.
game.
Or Mirror's Edge. I can't play Mirror's Edge.
I have to wear C-bands
Oh, I
when I
know
play
that
games that are like first person.
You're some sort of
Yeah,
like a girl that you run around on buildings and stuff.
that's what it is. That's Mirror's Edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make me ill.
You're a little robotic rabbit, and you had to go past these levels to get
Mhm.
these carrots. Fantastic game, but yeah, it was like for PS1, that was pretty graphically awesome because you could
Well,
spin
yeah,
and
it's a system seller. But the Battle Arena Toshinden, yeah, Jumping Flash,
Oh, I remember
Ridge
Toshinden.
Racer. They used to have these big cart boxes with those.
Yeah, the big cases.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Resident Evil had it. Resident Evil 1 had it.
This was a carryover from the Saturn. I had these big
Mhm.
glass jewel case. I mean, these big plastic jewel case of things for their games.
Well, anything that had to do with first person shooter, I had to put on my C-bands to play. And it's the same with Minecraft now. I can't play Minecraft without them. It's just like,
Oh, because isn't that all in first person too?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know with Skyrim started to after a while. Like I would have to take breaks, so like I could play for like an hour or two, and then I'd be nauseous and yeah,
Yeah, same.
jumping off
Oh,
anything. Nope.
You actually got one.
Now
I
Astrobot hasn't done it to me. I
That's
thought
pretty
maybe
chunky.
it would.
bought that game too.
The chonky cases.
Oh yeah,
Those are the
they
big
break
cases.
easily. That's old. One
Yeah, they crank.
Yeah.
Any of the PlayStation
very
cases
well.
do. The old
Hey,
PS1.
I
Really,
think
any dual
my Jumping
cases.
Flash one's still good though. I think because I took care of this one a lot. I didn't buy this one used. I mean I think we got it from a home that was they took care of it. But here's the Jumping Flash. They had the little spongy things to keep your game from flipping everywhere. And of course, the booklet was the cover.
Just kind of need to tape it on there, I guess.
Well, this one's good. It's the Toshinden one that I think I bought this used.
Do you have the
And
Vampire Hunter D one too?
no, I don't. I do have D,
Yeah.
but I don't have Vampire Hunter D.
I know there's two of them, isn't there?
But I
I
don't
couldn't
think
remember.
Vampire Hunter D came in a big. Oh yeah, it did. It did come in a big case.
One of them did.
Yeah,
I
I know
can't
D did.
remember.
I have the D one. It's also got a broken case. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They disintegrate over time, I'm sure.
To go back to the topic.
Eventually, yeah.
Go back to the topic of new and used. I did buy a lot of used because these are hard to find brand new for a decent price now.
Yeah.
So I found it like at a yard sale or a pawn shop that still has PlayStation 1 games. I definitely attack them because it's like, oh, especially if they're at a decent price there. Because yeah, you go on eBay and it's
Well,
like
it's hard now because now even if you go in a store, the owner has already been on eBay and priced everything at the eBay price, and so it's insanely expensive. Like
everything.
being a video game people are just getting priced out of the market. Like they're just like
Mhm.
forget it.
Yeah,
People are just
They're
like
pirating.
they're padding the prices on purpose because they think that
Mhm.
they sit long enough. Eventually, that's going to be the regular price.
Somebody will
But
buy it.
I mean, look
Yeah.
what happened to Parallel Death March, whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
it dropped to like a third of where it was. Not even that, maybe. I've been seeing him go for under 100 in
Well,
some places.
I think it's because more things have come into the market, and that's partially why it's dropped.
People
in price.
forget too. I think people move on and they forget and they move on to a new shiny thing, a new show. And so with anime, they just kind of move on to the next thing. Video games, though, I think with video games, like
Influencers are helping on that.
I think like what it is with video games, like when you're young and you're playing your games, you just kind of move on. But then you get older, see, and the nostalgia kicks in, and you go back to that game, and then the prices start to go up as everybody tries to buy whatever game it is.
well,
It's
and then
also that
machines are not
yeah.
backwards capable anymore. So if you don't have the old equipment, you're kind of
Mhm.
screwed now. Like,
they've
Yeah.
actually made miniaturized versions that will play games now
Yeah.
of old copies of games. So I don't know why
Yeah.
that would be a problem.
I
But
think I think it's more the people that want to own whatever physically. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like there's the emulators that do like now PlayStation. They're starting to do like PlayStation stuff and all that.
right.
the
Yeah.
new mini PlayStation that came out doesn't really play. It only plays the games that's downloaded on it, though. There was that.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't get. I'm not into that scene, so I really don't
I
know.
overbought that because I bought it when it came out, and then literally like a week later, they lowered it considerably, and I was so mad.
Oh, for the machine that plays
I
the PlayStation
had
game?
the PlayStation one. You know how they had the Nintendo one, and then they came out with the
Oh, you're talking about the mini PlayStation. Okay, I'm talking about like the emulated stuff where they
No, it's an
like
emulated PlayStation. Yeah, I'm talking about the one that was like the classic PlayStation or whatever.
No, but I don't mean that. I don't mean a license. I mean like stuff that
Oh,
isn't licensed.
Oh
Yeah.
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 This is why I keep my PlayStation 2. That's like, you know,
I have it. I have mine sitting right in front of me, still hooked up. I have the fat one. The fat boy.
I have
I
the
do
thinner
too.
one, but I
Yeah.
do have the backwards compatible 3, and I haven't gotten rid of
I
that
have the
yet.
same one too.
Right
Yeah.
there.
But I also didn't buy my PlayStation 2. It was gifted. It was a birthday present, so I didn't even pay for that.
PS3 is my first ever that I purchased. I pre-ordered. It was an expensive buy because it was like $600, right? But and you know it's sad because I haven't turned it on forever. I'm afraid to turn it on.
It's better if the light's just there and you think it works.
That's there.
Did you all, speaking of
Actually-
PlayStation stuff, did you all hear about the PSP batteries swelling up now
This is
and
actually
exploding?
really old news. They had
Yeah.
this article about a year ago or a year and a half
Mhm.
ago. So I had already taken my batteries out. However, I haven't. I checked my DS and it looks okay. But
It's
now I'm
really
like,
weird.
it's not weird. What it is
No.
it's a lithium battery, and lithium batteries in time. My iPhone did it to me. My iPhone 5.
Yeah, laptop batteries too.
laptop batteries, yeah, those things will after time of unused.
I'm trying to think what's left, like what game is left for PSP that would make people keep them.
Oh god, all my PSP games make me want
There's
to
a lot of PSP
Well,
games in general that have
I-
not been ported.
I have a whole row of PSP games on this side here. I mean, Togata no Chi was brought onto PSP here. I was so shocked we got that. And then we have I have Persona. I have the Lunar game. A lot of Ys games.
Lunar we're gonna get though. Lunar we'll get. I
And of
To be
course,
think.
fair,
Yeah.
my Two Style Hills Origins
Yeah.
and Shattered Memories.
the only reason I kept my PSP because it was a limited edition, and I don't really play with it anymore. But
I don't
I'm
play.
not going to get rid of it.
I have a Metal
Somebody
Gear.
threw mine, so I probably would need a new one. Somebody tossed it on the ground and broke the back of it.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry.
yeah, they were mad because I was playing music on it, and at work somebody threw it. Somebody came up and just tossed it. I don't know who, but
That was
somebody
polite
did.
of them.
Yeah. Well, you gotta
Yeah.
be careful. I had so many things stolen. I had somebody take, I brought in, like, speakers so people could use them, and somebody just took them. Just stole them.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, so I don't bring anything in anymore. Someone lost their Switch. Somebody took their Switch from them. Because I heard somebody asking me, they're like, you have a Switch too? I'm looking for mine. Somebody took it. I'm like, well, this is mine, so I don't know. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is why I don't bring stuff to work either.
Yeah, I don't anymore. That was like the last time I did because everybody was getting their stuff stolen.
Yeah.
So and we don't, you don't know who it is. It could be your coworker. It could be the person on another shift doing it.
Well, in
So-
general, I've always been distrustworthy of people ever since high school when someone stole all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I was just like, from now on, I'm just gonna
Mhm.
always have my eyes on it.
I
That's
had
how it's gonna
somebody
work.
steal money right out of my backpack and just take it.
That's-
Yeah,
that's
and then
nice.
hand it back to me and say put it somewhere else. Yeah, he
Someone-
actually handed me my money back to me, took it, and then handed it to me because it was
Remember
sticking where you could see it.
that you would put on your pocket and it would walk and shake and it was like a Tamagotchi, but it was a Pikachu. My friend stole that from me, but my other friend re-stole it back. Was-
Oh, that's great, and gave it back to you. It was like a
Yeah.
Robin Hood situation,
And I knew
stealing
it
it
was
back
mine.
again.
I knew it was mine because I had lost mine. I don't know where, and my brother had given me his, and he had some indents on it because he got mad at one time and he threw it and made a little indented, like a little chip
Oh,
area, so it had that same chip, so we knew it was mine. I was like, okay.
I lost a lot of strategy guides that way. Somebody stole my Suikoden 2 strategy guide and took it from me, and then drew art out of it. I said, that's nice art right there. You took my guide, didn't you? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So a couple years ago, I was complaining to a friend of mine, and they bought it for me. They found it, and bought it as a gift.
I was reading one of those
Sweet.
Resident Evil books from
Mhm.
Ezra Perry, and I forget which one. I have them all anyways, but I had to rebuy one because some jerk stole it from me at the
Yep.
library at school.
Yeah.
And I was
Had a-
mad.
Yeah.
I hadn't finished it yet. I was like, no.
In
Give me back
college,
my book.
They are,
college,
man, they're so good.
in college, I had a bunch of male roommates, and one of them just kept trying to swipe my game controllers and stuff and put his name on it and stuff like that. And he basically took my Katamari Damacy PS2 version that was like already rare at that point,
No.
and my Twilight Princess GameCube,
Oh my god.
and stole the discs out of it and left the boxes. And I was
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
you jerk.
That sucks. My one biggest regret is I had 2 copies of Rule of Rose, and I was so. This one friend of mine.
Why
was
didn't you
so-
give me the other copy?
But this is the problem. So this person that was super into, she was enjoying it. I thought I will give
Aw.
you a copy, and I did. And then I told her, I go, did you know? And this was when the game was up for $100. It wasn't even 800 yet. I
Yeah.
was like, and I messaged her. I go, dude, keep a hold of that game. It's already worth $100. I got that one for like free, and the first one I bought pre-ordered. And so I was like, just take care of it. And she goes, oh, I don't even know where it's at. And I'm like, oh my god.
See, you could have kept it, and then you could have friggin' sold it for $800.
So mad. Yeah, I would have totally sold it for $800.
Well,
I even had
I would have
soundtrack
had
for it. I
two.
pre-ordered it.
speaking of extreme money now,
Uh-oh.
Okay, Roger, I have to ask you, did you buy the Hello Kitty Genion and like ADV discs?
Hello Kitty? No.
Because they're now worth in the 500, some of those volumes, and I was just like really amazed that people care that much about Hello Kitty. I just find it funny.
They do. They do.
Manion, though.
There's like stores dedicated to Hello Kitty, so it wouldn't surprise me.
It doesn't.
You
Really.
No.
Sanrio is huge
Put on
and
for-
popular.
And people have kids and they want to show them Hello Kitty, probably.
There was,
Well,
I
these-
found out there was a black kitty that was from the same from the same IP. It's called
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate Kitty. And there was
Yep.
not
Yeah,
it
the
had
chocolate
the
one.
black and just how it had the white kitty, you had the black kitty. You couldn't have the
Mhm.
black one. You could only have the white one.
Oh, okay. I know they had they do a lot of collabs too because I found that they did card capture Sakura and they did Hello Kitty stuff for her.
They
too.
did they did Gundam ones. They did
Yeah, the
Gundam
Gundam
Kitty.
ones
They
are
did
cute.
one for My
Yeah,
Dress
where
Up
they're in little
Darling also.
boxes and it looks like Hello Kitty with the little ears.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah, they're cute.
Sailor Moon collab too.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah.
They did My Hero. I had a My Hero
And
shirt.
My Dress Up Darling is another one they did.
They
Yeah.
just
So
did
yeah,
for
Backwards Recoil did that.
they did a Yu-Gi-Oh matchup with Sanrio characters.
You,
I have a Karopi Karibo a plush.
oh my god. Is that the frog?
Yes, Karopi's
It
my
is.
favorite.
Kropi's my favorite. Yeah, the frog.
My favorite.
look at the ridiculous pricing though on eBay for this one volume that they only have Sunbleach copies for. Like $300 for one that looks like crap, and then the other one like on
And I
Amazon.
would just move on. That would be a no for me. Yeah.
That's
It's
amazing.
okay. I don't need that in my life.
I find it amusing.
If I had it, I'd try to sell it, but I don't ship. So.
If I had it, I would sell it. And
need
then
some-
buy other stuff.
Well,
Oh yeah.
the thing
I
is that
was waiting
those are ADV releases. So
Let me see that. Pull that down again. Is that Faye? Yeah, look at
That's
that butt.
Faye.
Or that lack thereof, but yeah,
that's a titty poster.
that is definitely a poster.
I don't actually know where this comes from.
I
I'm
didn't
still
want to
trying
say
to do
that, so we just said.
trying to find research on it, but the illustration actually is from the Wins art book that Toshihiro Kawamoto did years ago for Cowboy Bebop. So I don't know where this actual poster
The pinup.
originated from. So I'm still doing research on it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got it for $20 at Anime Nebraska Con. Yeah, pretty awesome.
Interesting.
Can't wait to go to the con just so I can look at
Yeah, it was
stuff
actually the
again.
the guy Kurt that owns the Asylum Anime that I go to every November.
Yeah.
So I actually got a sale discount on it since I buy
Oh,
stuff from
nice.
them all the time. So
I'm mad though. The last time I went, I'm gonna really check figures when I go because I bought a figure that didn't have like a box because it was one of those trading art Final Fantasy figures, right? And I bought Squall and I bought Cloud, right? Squall is up here on my TV stand, but Cloud, I had to like, he didn't come with all his pieces, so I can't put him together.
Oof.
Yeah.
You're saying the trading stickers, the trading arts?
I think they're trading arts, yeah. I
I
don't
would hear
remember.
out of the spot.
I just have Squall. That's the only one I have now, because
It's dusty as hell. I need to dust him off, but
yeah, it might be that one. I don't remember. Yep, I had to just throw them out because I couldn't put them together, and there's no way to find the pieces. So, and he wasn't a ton, but still, you're spending $20-$30. I could have bought something else.
my favorite trading art figures will always be my Sakoden set. which
I
you
want
can see.
those Sailor Moon Pop Mart figures.
They're right under the Angel Sanctuary pictures I have on the wall.
Ooh.
Do you have those, Domino? The Pop
Yeah.
Mart Sailor Moon figures?
The Pop Mart? Which ones are the Pop Mart ones?
They came out with different characters where they're kind of chibi, but not really. They came out with like Darien, Tuxedo Mask, Sailor V, which I don't see many of figures of her. And then they did
Me and my
the
Power.
Sailor Scouts. I don't know. It's the company. It's just the company that made them.
Let me see.
You'd have to put that in when you look them up on like eBay, so you can see what they look like.
Sailor Moon.
I think that's what they're called. They made like different versions of them.
Oh, I think I know which ones you're talking about. I think I have one of them somewhere, but I didn't get them all as a set. No. I do have a Q-Pos kit of a few of them.
Oh yeah, I had a friend that bought me some of them. I wouldn't buy them myself, but I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then they're kind of creepy, but okay. I will keep these.
Not a fan
Put
of the
'em up.
eyes, I assume.
Well, I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's the eyes forever staring into my soul. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, yeah, no.
not the only one who said that.
Yeah, I don't like those. I don't like Funko Pops. I don't buy those. I like minifigures for sure, but it's certain ones. Like I think the Good Smile ones are kind of cute, but the Hello Smile ones.
Okay.
I have the the only ones I have is the Neko Para ones. I have Vanilla and Choco right here with their heads together, but
I'm at Cross again.
yeah.
I think you're more of a Ronka man than a Cheryl Gnome fan.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of merch for her though, is the thing.
Well, there is, but Cheryl
Because
Gnome
nobody
fans
wants it? Is that what you're telling me?
And
Nobody wants the green-haired girl?
No, everyone wants her. Why would they make merch for someone who's not important?
They made it for both characters though, but I don't see a lot of people with the
Yeah.
Cheryl merch. Why?
That's what I mean.
He's big into Cheryl Gnome. He's got all the Cheryl Gnome stuff, and I have a lot of Cheryl Gnome stuff because of it.
So you like her more?
I like both. I do like Ronka more personality-wise, but Cheryl, you can't deny how hot she is.
Is Cheryl the stoic, quiet one or something?
No, she's kind of.
Is she mean? She the
She's not
mean one?
mean. She's just
Standoffish? High maintenance.
high maintenance.
High maintenance. I don't know. Does that mean like that could mean a lot of different things? High maintenance. Because high maintenance can mean you just take a long time to get ready, so you're high maintenance.
Yeah, that's kind of
I
it.
can mean that.
A diva.
She's a diva. Okay. She's bougie. She's a diva. Okay.
But she had her sweet side too, so it's kind of
But she's nice. She's not like mean and a diva.
Right.
She's not a prima donna diva.
Right.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Okay.
Pachinko, or nah, that's a slot.
Yeah, no, it's a Pachinko
Oh my god.
poster. Yeah.
No.
It's kind of hard to unroll, but
Yeah.
Nah.
pretty awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Huh.
Why don't you hang these posters up?
Yeah, you
I need to get them
You
all
need more
framed
space.
and
You
that
need to
sort of
just
thing.
go into your living room
Yeah.
hanging stuff up.
Yeah.
I know,
Put
right?
it around your place. You got plenty of walls around.
Dio wants everyone to know he's here.
Hi.
Okay.
Your cat?
Yeah.
I'll trust that.
My cat is not here. She said screw you.
I'm out. I don't have any animals, so nope.
I found him in a parking lot. He's mine now.
Mine's from the backyard.
The cat.
He was from the road. He was dumped out as a kitten.
Yeah, four-week-old kitten of mine.
Yep, they always dump them.
Oh yeah.
We got stray cats again right now.
He's got that
They're just
poster,
mean.
He's got it signed. He got to meet Shoji Kawamori and of course I think he met Mayan too. I can't remember. But
I think I have a full that full moon anime. I have a poster for that.
Full Moon
Okay.
Sagashite?
Yeah.
What
Mhm.
kind of poster?
It's what kind? It's I guess I don't know what you mean. I don't know.
Well, there's like movie
It's
poster
laminated.
size.
I don't know. It's
pamphlet.
laminated. That's all I know. It's so it will probably never get all wrinkly and destroyed.
Oh, you got
But
lemonade? Nice. I like the lemonade.
yeah, I like them when they're like that or there's some kind of different material. The wall scrolls are all right too.
Yeah, they're still making.
I know I have the one from Knights of Azure. I have one of those too.
The game, yeah.
Yep, from the game. Yeah, I have a lot of game posters, I bet. Because, everyone should be getting Ease 10 if they ordered it.
Yeah.
Forgot.
I heard it's not doing very well, so I don't know if it's good or
Really?
bad. Yeah, I heard a couple
Huh.
people saying they don't really like it. They don't like it as much as as
8,
Ease
probably.
8 or Ease 9. So I don't know.
People liked 8 a lot. I think that was like a
Oh, they do love 8 a lot. Yeah.
overly good
Very nice.
general Ys game. Because 9 was not perceived badly, but wasn't talked about much.
Well, I think the reason for me is you were stuck in the city a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I
that
think
was the
that's
whole
what it was
game,
for me.
practically.
Yeah, yeah. When it did finally open up, I went, okay, this feels more like what
Yeah.
I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
because all the other ones,
yeah.
you were in the wilderness most of the time.
Yeah, it feels more naturey. This one
Mhm.
didn't. This one is a lot of black and gray
Right,
everywhere.
which is different, which is nice, but I can see why people were not keen on it.
The traversal was fun. Like the dashing around, the using.
Yeah.
I can't remember if you used a grapple hook or not. I think so. Like all kinds of
No, there
different
was
stuff.
a grapple hook
Yeah.
mechanic in there.
It's been a while since I beat 9. But I've only beat 8 and 9, so I can't really say anything. I guess I'm more a new Ease fan than old
Yeah, you're
school, which
missing
is fine.
out. Because the one that came out, the Arc of Naphanism or whatever,
Reach
was
7?
really
The what
good.
one?
It was on the PS2 back in the day.
Are you talking about the one with the elves on the cover?
Yes, that one.
I have that game.
Yeah, that was like the first one that I feel like most people played.
That's
back-
your favorite one because it's the first one you played.
Well, it got me into the Ys.
There you
series.
go.
So
Well, it got me into it. That's probably why I'm into 8.
yeah,
It's whatever gets you in.
right.
Sometimes you hold a special place for it, you know. It's just what happens. That's why I like Final Fantasy VII so much. I like the original because that's what I played. You know, that was technically my first Final Fantasy, but not really because I did play a little bit of 4, but I deleted my cousin's save and then he was angry at me, and so I never got to touch another Final Fantasy game until 7 came out. And then Wild Arms, I can't remember if Wild Arms was first or if 7 was first.
Wild came out before 7 did.
Did it? Did Wild Arms come out first?
The first one they put out was Beyond the Beyond.
Oh, I remember that game.
And then you had Wild Arms, was significantly better. Then you had Final
Yeah. Okay.
That was a game breaker right there, man.
And Beyond the Beyond. Ugh. Yeah.
Remember when they were all proud about Final Fantasy VII? They're like, "Oh, get the 3D experience."
Well,
Yeah.
it's supposed to come out on the Ultra
Extreme.
it's supposed to be on a Super when there were Super Carts, but the deal fell through with Square and the cost with Nintendo. So
Can you imagine? Wow. Yeah. What it would have been like if it would have came out.
A lot of things happened. At that time, the PlayStation thought the only thing they needed to have was fighting games and racing games, all 3D stuff. No 2D, nothing to do with 2D, all only 3D.
Yeah, they didn't think RPGs would sell. I think that was the big thing. Yeah.
There was a big reveal when the PlayStation came out. It was going to be out for $299 versus the 500. People think it was supposed to be coming out for. I remember all this because what's his name? The guy from Atari, the Jaguar, said there should have been priced at $500.
Okay.
I remember that. You know, with the big the guy walked out. I think his name was it Race or was it Olaf? I forget which. I think it was Olaf. Said nope, $299. That people went berserk. Like, oh my god, can't believe we're gonna get the PlayStation for $299. Yeah, I bought it, as soon as I could, and of course, bought the other games with it, Jumping Flash and Battle Shinden, and for it, a couple games.
I think I waited a while to get a PlayStation because I had to like save money up to get one. I remember the first game I saw though was Parappa the Rapper, and I
I've
went
had troubles with the game.
and I went, no, that looks okay. I'm fine.
Flip it on his top and be able to play games because it would not play right. Yeah, you can play foreign. You can play Japanese games if you put at the disc swap method and use a spring. I had a lot of fun with the PlayStation.
No, I just remember I wasn't like a big gamer then because I played a little bit of Nintendo, I think, and a little bit of what is it, I didn't have a Super Nintendo, we couldn't afford it. I had the Sega.
We only have
The
3
Sega
games.
Genesis.
Yeah, the Genesis.
Genesis, we only had 2 games on that.
Oh, on the Genesis?
It
At
was
that time, you had another game console called the TurboGrafx 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it had the CD peripheral you can get with it. It was like one of the first ones that had a CD thing you can get with it. But the one to get at that time, was the Neo Geo. It was only like $700 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I heard the Neo Geo was like really expensive. That was like the rich people's.
Oh my God!
console
You
right
got
there.
you got the game though. It actually, what SNK did. They took the game board out of the video game, coin up, and they jammed it inside the cart. So the cart was super.
Oh. So it's
And
like it was like playing at the arcade is what you're.
Exactly. It was the game.
Yeah.
So, 20, they touted it being 24-bit. If you want, remember that all the old advertisements that if you want a hot dog, you're gonna have the regular game system. If you want the beef, you'll get with the Neo Geo. It's been up for many years. I think it was out for many years, and a version that came out that only had a 1-speed CD, and and also had something called the Pocket Neo, the little
Oh, I remember the
little
Pocket Neo.
Pocket Neo. Yeah, one of those.
If you want those games, you can get them now on the Switch.
There was the one for the PlayStation. You could play exclusively Chocobo's World for Final Fantasy
Mhm.
VIII, and you
Heard
could get
about that.
exclusive summons. There were like 1 or 2,
I think that's
that
in
you could
Japan
get.
though. That
They
wasn't
eventually
here.
released them for the remaster. You could get those summons. Um, Going back to the whole manga discussion real quick, this was a box set for a Silent Voice,
Mm-hmm.
and it came with a reversible poster and
I bought that
Shoko's
when it was
notebook.
really cheap too.
It came with Shoko's notebook as well. So
Mm.
I also have the PlayStation Underground. I think I've shown you all this.
Yes.
It's the
And all
PlayStation Underground
the
thing.
shareware games in it. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah, it's really neat. Now you have a bunch of new type DVDs in here, but
Oh, I know
I've
what
got
game I want.
got
I gotta
some
order that
demos
today.
on
I want to
here.
get Cat Quest. Cat
I've got a
Quest 3.
bootleg of
I was gonna
Saber
say,
Marionette
it's either
J.
3.
Yeah, it's so much fun though. Like
There's like a
it's all
ton of
cat puns and it's little cats and it's so cute and it's just
demos.
fun to play. And now you're gonna be pirates, like on a pirate ship, so you get to sail around in your little ship.
It is kind of cute looking.
It is cute. It's a little fun little indie game. I'm gonna have to buy it. I'll get it off Amazon probably. I know Romancing Saga 2 is supposed to show up today.
You know which random game I like that I bought from? Remember when Coke had the points and they used to have good stuff that you could turn them in for? Well, they had a PSP game called Loco Roco. That game was
Oh,
fun.
I remember that game. Yeah, I almost bought it. It's
Yeah.
cute. It looks cute. It's you around.
Bought
You're
it.
like a ball or something, right?
Yeah, you're a little ball. And you have to like collect more balls to become
Yeah,
bigger.
you get bigger.
And they
You
spread
roll
around
into other stuff. Yeah.
You're
I'm
trying
like,
to get
oh, look at the little ball. He's so cute. And then he rolls around.
to tilt the screen. It was really cool. It was a decent game.
I recommend Astrobot for the cuteness. That one's cute too.
Yeah,
Super
people been
cute.
liking that quite a bit.
Have you been playing it?
No, I haven't bought it.
Oh, I'm on the second set of worlds, I think. I don't know if I'll be able to beat it. It is very hard.
Oh,
It is not an yeah. There's no. I hate to be that way. I kind of wish it was a little easier for me, but I'm not really good at platforms either.
That's probably, yeah.
Yeah. For me, I'm just the only ones I've really played were like the Shantae games because they're cute, but most of the time I won't play a platformer because I know I probably can't beat it.
Mm.
So, but
I grew out of platformers a long time ago. I'm more
Did
into
ya? I know
yeah.
they're coming out with like a one on limited run is called Penny's Big Breakaway, and I've heard people talk a lot about that game. I don't know if it's any good, but I know a good horror game for you, Domino, is I did play some of it. It's called Little Goody Two Shoes.
Oh, I want
Oh
that
my
one.
gosh, yeah, that game
Yeah,
looks so good.
I want
I
that.
haven't
and it
played it,
was
but I hear it's
released
good.
by Square Enix, so
I
I
love the
did play
animated
some of it.
cutscenes.
I hear the artwork reminds me a lot of like the old like
Yes,
90s
I love it.
visual novels.
Yes, it's also got a lot of dating sim elements.
Yeah, because you date the girls and
Really?
pick 3 witches.
Yes, you can eventually. There's like 3 different girls, and eventually, it's like I would have been able to like date them probably, or date one of them. I don't think you can date everybody, but maybe you can. I don't know. I didn't get to the. I think eventually. Well, the game has a lot of atmosphere. You can die easily. Because I died like right at the beginning because I wasn't ready for whatever was coming at me. But you have to like, it'll just plop you back right before it, and then you'll touch whatever object, almost like a point and click thing, and then
It's on
you
Steam,
know,
isn't it?
hmm.
It's on Steam, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Mhm. I wish it. I hope it gets a physical at some point.
I know. I was hoping for a physical. It looks
But
like for
I bet
Switch.
you it does play better with like a mouse and keyboard probably than a controller though.
But I
Because
do
of the
like
way it's set up, but I don't know.
the animation style. It's very old 90s esque.
Yeah, it has like a point and click feel, but then that survival horror feel of like having to not get hit by anything, kind of running from stuff. It seems like you're gonna run from stuff a lot in it. It kind of reminds me of there's a game that NIS released. Oh, and I forgot the name of it, but it's like a little girl that like loses her dog, and she's going all over the city at night looking for her dog, and there's yokai all over the city, and they can kill you in one hit. So you have to like run and hide behind signs and in bushes, and yeah, I can't remember the name of it. But they made like 3 of them, so it did pretty well. Because that's now like a big thing, running from everything in
Almost
a
like
horror
playing
game.
Clock Tower.
Yeah, Clock Tower.
I love that. I have that.
Superman.
I have that pre-ordered. The actual first time release of the original SNES game. So I will be getting that.
Did you order from Ami Ami like I told you to do? Yeah.
But I also have it the limited run.
Yeah, limited run. I ordered the limited run one.
I
I'm
think I
good
ordered
with just
2.
that.
Did I order 2? No, I ordered 2 of the Sakotas. But yeah, I ordered 2. I ordered the one for Clock Tower. I can't wait to get that.
Oh yeah, you ordered the poster like I did, didn't you?
I don't remember. Let me see which one I got.
Off of Ami Ami.
Oh no, on Ami Ami it's a keychain. Oh,
No,
you're
it's
talking about Sakoden. You're talking about Sakoden.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sakoden has the it's a wall scroll, not a poster. There is a difference.
There is. No, there is.
Wall scrolls are fabricy, yeah. But yeah,
They
and then
hang different too.
and they have a little and then I
Mm-hmm.
have the clock tower. I went ahead and got that from Ami Ami as well because it comes with a keychain. I can't remember what the limited run comes with for the clock tower.
A bunch of stuff, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think
Sometimes they come with good stuff. Sometimes it's like, not really. It just depends.
all I know is I'm super stoked to get it because I love Clock Tower.
I did grab a couple. I do like it. I hope they're putting their stuff in those hard cases. That would be really nice if they start just doing that permanently through limited run. Because the last few I've gotten come in these hard clamshell cases, like a Sega Genesis. That would preserve it a lot better than having it in cardboard. Because I bought like Cosmic Fantasy came that way, and
Oh, it's got little acrylic characters.
is that for Clock Tower?
Yeah, it looks like it has a soundtrack. Yeah, there's a soundtrack, sticker sheet, a little clock tower statuette, a Dan Barrows stress ball. That's funny.
The stress
It's
ball.
acrylic standees, a demon idol keychain, and some ham object enamel pen. Oh, for the ham object, and then yeah, there's a double-sided poster, and yeah, the box
Okay.
looks papery though, so I'm a little worried. I went for
We'll
I
have
think
to
I went
see.
for the Switch version.
Oh, did you get it on Switch?
I think I got the Switch version. I'd have to
I
look.
cannot remember what one I got. I check limited run like every Sunday. Check it and see if there's anything I want to order.
I don't remember what my password is for that for limited run.
I did order a lollipop. I hope we get that at some point.
Oh, the lollipop chainsaw.
Yeah, it sounds like it did all right.
I just have the original one. I didn't bother.
Yeah, I don't.
That fantastic of a game for me to get a hold of.
I got the one with the statue, so I guess we'll have to see how good the figure turns out of her.
One collector's edition I wish I had was the Ni no Kuni 2, because that came with like a ton of stuff.
You can
Came with
probably
a
still
little
get it. I bet
figure.
you can still get it.
The second one didn't go as high as the first one.
Yeah, the first one's insane because it was like an exclusive. I think I had to get it from Canada or something to get a hold of one.
Which one?
The Ni no
Ni no
Kuni
Kuni.
collector's edition for the first game, not the second one. The second one you can probably still get.
Yeah.
I think I have the first one. I don't think I bothered. Maybe I did get the one for the second one too. I don't remember.
The second one I think I liked it better than the first one, but that's just me personally. But
Hmm.
I think it was the battle system that I didn't really like in the first game.
Is anyone playing Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis?
No.
No, but I want
They're
to.
doing a collaboration with Final Fantasy VI in a couple of days,
Oh, that's cool.
and you get different outfits for the characters. Like Tifa's gonna wear Sabin's outfit. You can get Aerith wearing Terra's outfit. Cloud is wearing Locke's outfit. Yeah, it's pretty wild the stuff they've come up with. Yuffie's got a cute Halloween outfit right now. That's out.
Let me guess, you gotta buy all that stuff or you can unlock it in.
No, you can unlock it in game. You just have to play a while to unlock it. There's options to buy the crystals to unlock it, but basically to get exclusive outfits, you have to. There's like a stamp system
Mm-hmm.
where you randomly are generated a ticket stamp, and so a chocobo runs through the sign, and the sign twirls, and then it shows you how many stamps you get on your draw. And so you can buy red crystals that can be utilized for the draw. You can use blue crystals. I feel like the blue crystals, as you earn them through the end game, increase your chances for getting more stamps. But when you get up to 5 stamps, or no, 6 stamps, you get the exclusive weapon for the event. But then when you get 12, you get the outfit. So it's really
It
cool.
sounds like a gotcha system to me because it's
It
complicated.
is basically. But you can
I'm
also
assuming
earn them
people you
without.
can spend probably in game like
You can,
yeah.
but you can also play the game regularly without spending a dime. And
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I've been
Kind of
doing.
like a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
it
other
works
gotcha
really
games.
well. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I don't normally play gotcha games, but the 7 stuff is really cool because they're also adding new chapter content. Like they just released a prequel to Crisis Core featuring a very young Sephiroth and a very young Engeal. And it's really interesting so far. So I think they may incorporate some of these elements in the next remake game.
Well, we'll have to see. I hope they go a different direction than the game. I'm kind of worried that it's just going to be the original 7 and I kind of don't want it to be at this point. I rather they just went in a new direction and well, brought Aerith back like what everybody thought they were going to do this time around. So, I think they just should go ahead
Yeah.
and do it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I don't think they will, but
It'd be a nice thing to have like a reward if you go, win against the ruby weapon or something extraordinary like that.
oh yeah.
Be kind of cool. So again, the desert rose, or you got a little cute icon. So yeah,
I
did
can't wait
this.
to check out the submarine underwater when you got Hades in the original game. I can't wait to see what Hades looks like, or Knights of the Round.
If they do that, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be
I hope
curious to
so.
see.
all the summons.
I'm kind of curious where they're gonna go, what direction they're gonna go into now. Because a lot of people, I noticed a lot of people on Reddit were talking about the ending and how confused they were and how much they couldn't understand it. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm
Yeah, it'll be
waiting to
interesting.
judge the game until it's like completely out, because to me it's not done yet.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I
because
agree.
like it's like in pieces, so it's like I don't completely understand their vision, I guess. So, yeah.
Well, listen, I have to get going.
Yeah,
but,
I gotta go clean.
Yep.
I was supposed
thanks
to do
again
it
for
last
joining
night.
on
I went to
the
sleep.
podcast.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much, and
Thank you so much.
I hope
yeah,
it's
you all have a
recorded
good day.
this time.